to run a game. I would want you to come be the player, you know." And it was like, "Great." And then he was like, "But the catch is you have to come up with your character, and it can be whatever you want." And I was like, "Whatever I want?" And he's like, "Whatever you want." So I came up with, I played a private detective, and then he was like, "But the catch is you have to come up with your character."
Hello, hello, hello. Welcome to Cult EXE. We're a channel here on Plus One Exp. I went to go start that intro and it fully erased itself from my head. We're a weird little channel that multi-classes in tabletop game design, beard and skincare alchemy, and the Bardic College of Content Creation. Our dream and hope here at Plus One is to help amazing designers find great players who love their games, and great players find amazing designers whose games they can love. There we go. I figured out the rest of it as we went.
I'm really proud of you.
Thank you.
It's so beautiful.
Thank you. I really should pull it up, but I feel like I was using it as a safety net. Anyway, hey, we're back with our the finale of Triangle Agency. Before I hand the game off, let's introduce everyone. Sarah, you go first.
Hi, hello. I'm Osiris Franco. I'm your cool stepdad and one of the cult leaders here at Cult EXE. I play Riker Dodge. His pronouns are he, him. My pronouns are she, her. And last we left off, Riker was dead, which was so cool. And I don't even know what's going to happen. And I can't wait to get into it. Petty, do you want to go next?
Sure thing. I'm your petty potentate. Petty Energy on Twitch, Energy Night over on Twitter, because what's brand consistency? I play our lovely language linguist, who did not have to activate her insurance policy. Got out of Dodge. She knew her shortcut, if you will. But she is back at the agency, so we'll figure out how that goes.
Yes, absolutely. And I am Caleb Zane Huett. I'm the lead designer for this game, Triangle Agency, and the GM for our game today. I am just like, I'm so excited to dive in. I think it's going to be so fun. My thing that I want to tell everybody that's like wild to me, and even when I was thinking about saying these syllables a second ago, I started getting scared. Our campaign is in about 3 weeks.
Woo!
From basically exactly 3 weeks from tomorrow. So we've got it is coming up, and I would love to see you there to see all the cool stuff that we're making. A little bit later today, we'll be revealing just a tiny portion, like a quarter of the full cover for Triangle Agency, so you can see a little bit of it ahead of time. And we are. If you go to kickstarter.hauntedtable.games, you can sign up to be notified as soon as it launches, which would be a huge help. As everybody knows, first days on Kickstarter are a really big deal. So I would love to see you there.
Perfect. I didn't introduce my character. I'm playing Tyler Davis. I'm a literal alien from literal Mars. I used to be a clown, but I'm not anymore. We'll get into that, I'm sure. I think that's it. I'm also dead. I also just died. Caleb, you can just have it from here. I can't do this.
All right. I'm ready to go. Welcome back, Agent. You may experience a slight discomfort as the memories that you most recently had are placed back into your mind. I have one question for you. Is there anything you would like to change? Tylar.
I don't want to have just died. Could you change that?
I'm afraid that option is unavailable. Is there anything you would like to change?
I guess I'm good. No.
Very well. Riker, is there anything you would like to change?
Does it have to be about the death?
No.
And you're just gonna like make me remember different?
If the option is unavailable, I will let you know.
Can you please erase the film Annihilation from my brain so I can experience it again for the first time?
It is done. Riker, have you seen the film Annihilation?
No, I mean, my friends say that's pretty good, and I'll check it out at some point. I just, who has time for that? I get it. It is scary and aliens and stuff, but I just, maybe someday.
We have purchased a ticket for you. It is available in your cubby on your way out today.
Yeah, okay. That's like a suggestion though. Like you're not telling me I have to go see this movie, right? I can just I can like it's like a
Suddenly, the
gift.
void parts with a bright light, and both of you hear the whir of an air conditioning unit and the dripping of a water cooler. The global glorps coming up as the water is replaced by air, and a coffee machine turning itself on the second that both of you awake at a break room. At this exact second, down at the lobby of Triangle Agency, Layla arrives suddenly from her shortcut, and in that exact moment, she receives a phone call. Ty in Danza, played by Sarah, Layla's agent. You have very good news for Layla, and I leave it up to you what that is.
Hey, it's my favorite client person that pays me money to get them jobs. Hi, it's me. Hi, it's your agent. Hi.
Hi.
Yeah, excellent. I have the best news. I have the best news for you. I can't even. I'm just giddy with excitement. Can I tell you? Are you in a great place to receive great news? I'm gonna take your
just
stuns.
go ahead, Ty. Go
Okay.
go ahead.
Okay.
Go ahead.
Okay. I'm just, sometimes people it's really good news. So if you feel like you're gonna pass out from good news, consider yourself warned.
I might pass out, but that's regardless. Just go ahead. Go ahead. It's good.
Listen,
It's good.
I'm gonna tell you, here's the deal. All right. So there's a new miniseries coming out on one of those subscription services that like everybody knows about, right? Everybody knows about them. Everybody. When I say everybody, I mean everybody. But listen, some of the actors need to learn some new languages. There's some different linguistic needs that are happening with the cast.
Yep. Whatever whatever the language is. That's fine. Perfect. I'll take it.
Yes. I'm gonna be honest. I thought you would respond to this very good news way more better.
I saw a puppy die earlier, and it was very upsetting.
Oh, I gotta sit down. You just hear like rustling sounds, and Ty like sets the phone, and you hear across the room, "Oh, not a puppy! Oh no! Oh God! Yeah, listen, you gotta warn a guy. You gotta warn a guy before you just drop really bad news like that. You gotta say I got bad news, and it's a bad time."
I was attempting to not do that, but then you pushed.
You're right. You're right. I did. But anyways, man, that's really gonna just sit with me. Life is so fleeting, man. You ever think about that?
So what language is it supposed to be that I'm working on?
As this conversation continues and the details of the miniseries are settled, back up at the break room, Riker and Tyler, you've had a moment to collect yourselves.
Wait, I know what I want.
Yeah?
Is
that Tyler saying that?
Yeah.
Okay, yeah. You say that there is no response.
Shit.
So the whole room just kind of...
Shit. I was going to be so rich. I was going to have so much money. I was going to be able to just retire. Oh well. Do you want to talk about the fact that we just died?
I mean, I don't know. I guess we can. It just kind of happened. I mean, I imagine it was probably worse for you, because I'm pretty sure. I mean, I went first, right? I died first because I don't really remember.
Yeah, you died in my arms.
Oh.
And then I died.
Did I get like inside stuff on you?
No.
So it's not so traumatic. Like on a scale from 1 to 7, that's probably like a solid.
It's a 6.
5. Oh, 6.
Yeah.
Yikes. Okay. Yeah. So yeah, I just Does anybody else know? I mean, Lila, she'll know. Should we probably find her and tell her we're okay, right? Because I mean, she watched both of us die. That's probably like a 6.5.
No. Lila watched you die,
scale.
and then she left, and then I died.
Oh, that's actually really smart. Why didn't you leave?
You know, I can't just walk through space and time.
Really?
Yeah, just space.
I feel like,
but just in the normal way people can walk through space.
100%. Can I count that as Riker learning something new about Tyler?
That, I guess what I have to say is, did you definitely not know?
But yes,
I think that's something new. Yes, I think it is. Sure.
Could do weird alien things for sure.
Sarah's commendation digging, and I won't have it.
No, I think that's
this
great.
is a burnout.
Take that commendation. Oh, it is. That's a burnout. You're right. So you've got some burnout protection. That's great.
And
I'm glad you're looking for it. Yeah. So we have some wiggle room here. Some time passes. The three of you are able to connect and communicate. And you hear from the agency. Trina sends you a report basically saying that your bodies were not recovered because they disappeared from the scene. And they were unable to find them following your deaths.
I'm just gonna jump right in there. Somebody has my body.
You receive a message back from Trina that says, that is unable to be proven at this time, but we do think so, yes.
Yeah, because, like, I watched Riker die, and he didn't, like, turn into dirt.
So Cameron.
Oh, wait.
Cameron is just weekend at Bernie's my body around Bernie. How would you say that?
Riker,
Bernie?
I have such a serious question for you. So I recently watched a famous movie. It was a George Lucas. When the old man died in that, he just turned into like a blue spirit after a few minutes. Do you think that's what happened to you?
Shit, but I don't know. I had not considered that.
Yeah.
Layla, how much do you know about that? Do you know anything about that?
About the blue spirit, or about your bodies not being where they should be?
Well, I mean, did you see our bodies?
No, I left immediately.
All right, okay, I stand corrected. Maybe someone isn't just escorting my corpse around. That would be weird. Is that a thing that happens on Mars? Is your body just
once a year? We just dig up all of our dead and we walk around with them.
My working theory would be an anomaly of some kind took them or ate them. There was that really big death one.
Yeah, I thought I was comfortable with the conversation, and then
perhaps they're being experimented on by whoever shot both of you.
But what if this is a weird like Terminator situation where like I'm walking down the street and the Terminator version of myself approaches? Like what's the? Is that like kick ass on sight? Who am I kidding?
I'd say you shoot them if you see another you.
That's not the version of this question I've heard before.
What do the three of you do over the next week?
Riker, I know exactly what Riker does if you guys need time. But if you know,
please go for it.
Riker tries to buy a gun. Because he's convinced the Terminator version of himself is going to hunt him down and like Highlander him out of it. And like he doesn't know how the insurance policy works.
That's awesome. My question is for you then is, we know that because I know what y'all picked in between. And one of the things that you picked is spending time with Ruby. Is there any way that your process of buying a gun is connected to the time you spent with Ruby?
Oh my God.
Yeah.
Sarah, what Caleb's trying to ask you is, did you bring a child with you to buy a gun?
No, It's worse than that. Do I leverage Ruby's ability to connect me to someone who can get me
Yes,
again?
I think that's a great idea. Yeah, will you
Yeah,
read?
100%.
So this is something that didn't come up last time, but every relationship, if you spend time with them on your next mission, you're able to use their connection bonus, which is an ability that they specifically have that they're able to help you with for the next mission. So what is Ruby's connection bonus?
It's literally connected. They know everybody. If you need an introduction to anyone in particular or want a believable reference, they can arrange it.
One of the people who came to Little Ruby Ranch was literally like a gun lobbyist.
Amazing.
And like within one day, she is able to get you in touch with them. And you find yourself in a room with Ruby, a big trunk being opened and an array of guns available to you free of charge.
What are you buying? What are you selling?
I think like as it like opens and a light kind of shines out, Riker just kind of looks down at Ruby and then looks back at the guns, and like that's when he's like, "Oh, this was maybe a bad idea."
She
But
kind
it's
of
too
wrinkles her
late now.
nose. She wrinkles her nose and she says, "Video games made me think these would have much cooler skins."
Yeah, I'm honestly okay. All right. And he's going to walk over and kind of act like he knows what he's looking at. It's got a sight of some kind. That's a barrel. That's nice, and the way that it is, it helps the bullets.
This is me
Cool, Judy.
adjusting my Jedi Survivor gun. I'm like, oh, this is the fun front part.
This does raise
Yeah.
a question that came up in chat previously, which is what is the canonicity of Jedi within the Triangle Agency?
Well, that is impossible to say. I think that if there were Jedi, they would be highly secretive and very high in the organization, and they would be dedicated only to killing any Turgles should they appear. That's mine.
Shit.
Okay, cool.
Turgle destroyed.
Yeah.
Damn.
He'll
We need a
select-
banner, Turgle destroyed.
We'll get Riker will select a small handgun because that's everything else is probably pretty intimidating to him.
Mhm.
And when he picks it up, he'll almost drop it. Oh no, okay, all right, got it. And then he'll turn and look at Ruby. Now what?
Now we go. We can leave.
Oh yeah, let's go. Let's go.
As you're as you're on your way out, Cicada, Ruby says, I'm glad that you came to get me. I needed to do something today. I got in trouble at school.
What the heck? Who's yelling at you? Why'd you get in trouble?
I took over my teacher's body and I made her put all of us out of class early yesterday.
How early we talking, Ruby?
Well, like I didn't want to be there at all. So it's like an hour in when I figured out what I could do by like fusing one of my duplicates with her body and then making her do stuff, I realized I could just kind of make her let us go. And then they told me I wasn't supposed to do that.
I mean, first of all, that's sick. Do you think you could get us into like? Do you think you could get yourself into a movie free? Like, well, like, there's a lot of practical applications for that, Ruby. But yes, correct. We should.
This
only
is what
use them
I
for
said.
good.
Yeah, this
should
is what
only-
I said.
We should only use them for good. Which, by the way, and he's gonna reach into his pocket and pull out his Annihilation ticket. I got a ticket to go see Annihilation. You should use something like that to go with me and learn about whatever the hell this movie's about.
Nice. Let me go find an adult whose body I can take over. And she runs down the street. And you go see Annihilation for the very first time.
Nice.
So now, either of the other two of you, Tyler or Layla, do you know what you did over the next week?
I know, but you're welcome to go first if you would like. If you have an idea.
Sure. I think Petty, not Petty, that's me. Layla, having successfully made it back to the agency and everything, like she was very disturbed by almost getting shot and insta-killed, one shot. So she is now not at the agency because it's against agency policy. She's been kind of concentrating in her apartment. Partially, the guys were like, "Yeah, I'm studying up on whatever language they want for the miniseries," but focusing on her powers because she wants to not be in a situation where that can happen to her if at all possible. So she's just training her connection, training through her connection with a anomaly.
Yeah. So you you spend a lot of time focusing on yourself, practicing and learning these abilities, and you do feel like a deep connection to your anomaly. Something that I haven't asked you about before, that I think is maybe relevant now, if it's something that would be interesting to you. Now that you are spending more time with your anomaly, is there a way that you are physically changed, or a way that you look or could look less mundane after tapping into your power like this?
I believe so, especially with mine being the manifold. I believe her kind of cheeks and facial structure get more angular, like sharper nose,
Ooh.
stuff like that.
Yeah, no, that's awesome. Yeah. There's like a smoothing out and simplifying of your lines in this like way that nobody can really put their finger on, but gives you this very sharp silhouette and impression. I think that's amazing, and I think that we've already kind of done your personal scene. So I think digging into your powers, and I cannot wait. I hope that we get to do some of those, because you've got so many this time.
Go run through them.
Layla put all 3 of the choices of time into getting new powers. So there are 3 new powers sitting in Layla's toolkit right now. And Tyler, what about you?
Yeah, so I think what we see is Tyler hanging out a bunch with Elvis and Mary. Last time we saw Mary was talking about needing to do this one big job at the florist to get enough money to fix the ride. And I think I've come to do it, and I've brought Elvis along to help.
Yeah, so what's happened is you spent a bunch of time with Elvis, and in this game, when you max out your connection with someone, they become part of your network, which means anytime you spend time with people, your network also helps you spend time with people and can boost the number of people you spend time with. So even though technically they only spent time with Elvis during this time, they also get points with Mary, which means they get both Elvis's ability, which is the one we talked about last time, the costume closet, and Mary's ability, which, do you mind reading for me?
Yeah.
What Mary gets?
Mary's ability is transport. This person has access to an unusual mode of transit and lots of free time. For the next mission, they'll take you around in their vehicle or let you borrow it whenever you need.
So I would love a description from y'all, even a scene if we want, with Elvis and Mary, of what is Mary's mode of transport, and like what are the final moments when you put it together? What does it look like? How does it work?
I'm so glad that you asked. I'll take an initial swing, and if we can fill in the details together, that would be great.
Perfect.
It is a 1996 Dodge Caravan,
Sarah,
which is a minivan.
I
it's
hate
white.
you. I was literally, it was mint green in my head.
Okay, no,
Oh my
mint green.
God.
A mint green minivan. The kind that like your eyes just kind of gloss over when you're like, you don't really perceive it. But if you looked closely, you would notice that there are like parts of it that look kind of like warped and weird. That it's just kind of like it doesn't look right, but you can't explain why. But it's also a minivan, and we've all seen those, right? Like it's just like something wrong with that car, but whatever. And there's hanging from the front mirror, it's got a couple of those like little pine tree smelly things, but otherwise is pretty nondescript from the outside.
The
I think
only
that's amazing.
other detail I want to add to the outside is that I feel like I brought Elvis along to help us fix up the car. Someone just had to babysit Elvis at this point. And Elvis brought a bunch of like emo band stickers. So there's like MCR stickers all over the back of this 90s caravan.
I love it.
Elvis, do you, after this whole week, do you think Elvis puts together at all that this is also a spaceship, or do you just think this is a regular weird car?
That's all you, Petty.
Okay, I wasn't sure if it was just like, I think Elvis convinced that this is the DeLorean that all the old people keep talking about is.
Oh, it's like a sci-fi replica car. How cool!
Mm-hmm.
Oh
This is
God.
that's what Elvis is convinced of.
You put the finishing touches on this car. You put the last piece in place, and you finally test activating the engine. And with a very uncar-like, it turns on, and Mary, you know it works. This has been fixed, finally, after all this time.
She just like flips down the visor and starts pressing like different parts of it under like the felt and goes, "Excellent, we're ready to depart now. Are we abducting this one? Also, did you bring the sandwiches that I asked for?"
No, I forgot the sandwich. So I don't think we're gonna I don't think Elvis is coming with us on our vacation, but just let me borrow the car for a bit, and I'm gonna drive back and get us sandwiches, and then I'll come pick you up.
Elvis looks slightly dejected with his all black rucksack made from like over his shoulder. Has like a skull and crossbones on like the pouch part of it.
I love Elvis.
Not like I care. Okay, it's fine. But I'll go somewhere cool. It's fine. Okay.
Tyler, I
Cool.
am confused, as you did mention that he is going through the time. So I assumed that meant
No,
you had
no. Normal human boy teens all go through the time. And they're just a little strange. They can get a little weird. They get a little smelly.
Wow.
And
Okay.
I'm
thought
so
you were
sorry.
Cool.
I'm so
Okay.
sorry, Tyler.
No, it's fine, dude. No, it's whatever. No, it's fine.
I've been trying to teach you about deodorant, Tyler. I can only tell you so many times.
No, just never have friends ever. That's okay.
That's not what I said, but I think you're just going through the times right now, and that's okay. Anyway, I don't think bringing him back during the times would be the best choice.
okay.
Whoop, bing.
Every phone here and every phone maybe in the city and maybe in the country receives multiple notifications at the same time. I don't know if any of you would know this, but each of the apps happens to be owned through a chain by the Miros Corporation, and each of them make the same announcement. Christina Miros's press conference beginning now. Channel 6. It arrives on everyone's phone. The three of you, I at this moment are probably in different places, but you all receive this notification just as everyone else in the country does.
Yeah, I guess Elvis, let's get you home so we can watch this Christina Miros press conference. I'll be right back with the car, Mary.
Remember to return with the sandwiches with the small cucumber slices that I enjoy.
Right. On it. No worries.
You are able to make it back to your house with Elvis, and Riker, of course, also lives there. My question is, do you contact Layla? Are you interested in watching these together?
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
We'll interrupt Layla's stream.
I think Riker, not knowing how to get a hold of Layla super well, will absolutely hop in, like, if she's doing any sort of, like, social media, anything, will, like, comment on all her posts. Like,
I imagine
it's
right now
Riker.
she probably is, like, doing a stream because she's been focusing on powers, but also has to keep up appearances.
Mhm.
And so everybody should very, I imagine the chat's going just like, what's the new filter you're using? Your face looks so cool now.
Yes, and actually, this TikTok equivalent is owned by Christina Miros, and it completely shuts down as this conference begins. This press conference.
Okay, Lila's definitely responding to our phone calls now.
Yep.
Yeah.
Lila, have you heard about this press conference?
Yes. I've had no choice about it apparently.
Yeah, it looks like it cut into your stream, but that means we can watch together now.
Also, we're not dead. So.
Yes, we've spoken to Lila since we died.
Yeah, I know. I just feel like saying it again.
Okay. Is this a
Nope,
normal
thank you.
human
It's more
worry?
for me.
It's fine. I definitely don't remember seeing your dead bodies and running away from the globe as quickly as possible. I'll be with you shortly.
And soon Layla arrives, and you're all crammed into your tiny living room apartment. Not a living room apartment. That's what they call them these days. Your tiny apartment with a living room in it that has a television. And as you click on the TV, it's a few minutes in. The banner at the bottom of the screen says "Construction on Miros Dome underway." There is a beautiful setup of these two like gorgeous chairs in this like a kind of news studio style space, very well lit. On one side there is a reporter, an interviewer, and on the other side is Christina Miros, a woman we have seen one time before in this campaign in passing. She has this this sort of shortcut hair. She's wearing this this blouse tucked into these kind of high-waisted dress pants. She's sitting very casually in this chair, and she says, well, the truth is that with big projects like this, there are always two things in your way: money and time. And lately, I have an abundance of both. And the interviewer says, yes, yeah. We are all very excited for the construction of the Miros Dome, for the first attempt at having humanity live on Mars. It's incredible that you began this project in secret. And she says, yes, yes. And while I'm extremely thrilled to announce the beginning of my construction on the Miros Dome, my true mission with you today here is a sadder one. You see, over the past few weeks, I've uncovered a very serious and very dangerous conspiracy. An organization, in fact, that organization has taken something very dear to me. And I am sure it has done the same for many of you. And you don't even know it. So, I make this organization an offer, a public one here, so you all know that I'm held to it. Tonight, unless what has been taken from me is returned, I'll be making an announcement from my Martian base detailing my experience. Why Mars? Well, because I'm confident there's nowhere on Earth that is safe from them at this point. And how Mars? Tonight, me. Well, the rest of you will just have to wait and find out. And she sort of smiles. The reporter looks a little bit confused, like this was not on the plan. There's nothing on the teleprompter for him. And she makes sort of a gesture. And stepping over around her as she stands up and handing her her things are Riker and Tyalar.
That's my body! That's my body! They have my body!
You know, that does look like me. Is that... Do you think that's the guy I stole the face from?
No, Tyler. Those are our bodies. Look at them. Look at them all shuffling weird. I hate this. Oh, this is bad.
Okay.
For the record, Riker is reacting to perfectly normal walking. They look totally alive. It's definitely different. It's stiffer.
Riker and Layla, you're never going to believe this, but I did just come into possession of a UFO. Maybe you will believe this. Is that a normal human thing to own?
That's not the weirdest thing that's just happened in the past 2 minutes.
You know what? I choose to take that as a win.
The TV sharply cuts, and suddenly Trina's face is there. She is looking alarmed. Her eyebrows are raised, and they're also perfectly sculpted. She's got her like beautiful cut blonde hair, definitely a fresh cut since the last time you saw her, and is in this like perfect business attire, looking at the three of you, and says, "Well, it appears we have an emergency."
What do you mean we have an emergency? You have an emergency. What was that?
That is a very good question, and we have begun dealing with it. We have dispatched as many teams as we can to find the copies of Christina Miros that we know of elsewhere on Earth, and we'll be eliminating them shortly. However, this is the only field team we know with a Martian on it, and we believe she has 3 selves.
Layla, you didn't tell me you were a Martian.
Layla just stares.
Do you think she knows?
She already knows.
Okay.
She super already knows.
Okay, never mind then. Yes, that's me.
Nobody eats Vienna sausages like that. I keep trying to tell you that. I know we brought them out as snacks. and you do that weird thing with them every time. That's
You
how
just
she
you just
knows.
whorf them down.
It was
That's what the
honestly
commercial
more
said.
all the children's drawings eating, if anything.
Oh, that
Oh,
reminds
that's
me.
fair.
I'll be right back. I'm gonna run across the hallway and just knock a
Oh,
few
no.
times. Elvis.
Riker's gonna
Well.
while he's obtaining children's drawing, Riker's going to kind of nod at Layla and turn to Trina on the screen and say, "Okay, so we've got a Martian. We're going to Mars now?"
Yes, it would seem to be the case. Tylar has connections to the Martian Society, and it would be convenient for you to attempt to uncover her there. We believe she has sought sanctuary with the Martians.
I come back into the room and I'm just holding MCR fan fiction, just eating one page at a time.
I have one piece of good news for the group of you. There is a package behind you on the counter. Inside, you will find 3 red wool sweaters. Sorry, I could not keep myself from laughing when I said that. 3 red wool sweaters. We were able to develop a requisition from your capture of the duplication anomaly a few missions before, and these have an interesting property in them. If something is to happen to you on Mars and you are to die, this red wool sweater will activate once and make a copy of yourself that has not died immediately next to you. We have customized them each to your size and style preferences.
Here's the deal. I don't enjoy wearing red because it just comes off Christmassy on me. You know, with the green skin, and I've been told it makes the green very obvious.
Luckily, we have already dyed yours.
Thank you.
That is my question actually for the 3 of you in this moment. If you're all going to be putting on sweaters and they are customized to what they know of you, what does your sweater look like?
Oh man.
I'll go first because I was already saying it. Which is, I think mine's been dyed black. Because I think it needs to blend in with Elvis's closet, which I assume is still in the bag he packed in the trunk of the car.
Yes. Yeah, that's a great way to do that. So you have an all black sweater.
Yeah. No style whatsoever though. It's just a big black sweater.
Is it like emo kid style long enough that it like kind of covers your fingers a little bit?
It would be funnier if that was the case, but it is sort of like high water. It's like just
like,
too,
yes, that's even better. Even more accurate to the teen life.
What about you two? What do your sweaters look like?
Yeah.
So Layla's is sort of more of a salmon as opposed to like a flat out red, and it is kind of actually conveniently similar to what I'm wearing right now. So there's a little bit of a everything's shifted a little bit of a V, and there's kind of like these indented or rather raised sections that show indented lines on it, going more with like to further like the angling thing from like her manifold thing.
Yeah.
So there's always a bit of like angles and everything she wears now. So that's what her sweater looks like now.
It's perfectly tailored, even to your new angular shape.
I think Riker's is like a big chunky sweater. It's got built-in elbow pads, like that are a dark red. It is a classic like red sweater. It seemingly has mustard on it already, which doesn't make a lot of sense, but at the same time,
I thought you would like it.
Sense. And like it has on the left side where there's normally like a little critter. I'd like to imagine there's like a little red lamb, like what is that called? A logo or whatever, like embroidered into it.
Just a little head, like from the image where it's just like that. Yeah.
Yeah.
And the diamond. That's great.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
I love that. So the 3 of you receive these sweaters. And Trina says, I am pleased to hear that you already have secured a way to Mars, because that is something that we were not prepared to equip you with. So if you can please make your way there, and remember, we know of 3 copies of Christina Miros that have made their way to Mars. The rest of them, we are doing our best to send agents to eliminate her at everywhere else, but it will be your job to eliminate those 3. We believe that you should start in the Martian city of Neo Yaruk.
Yes.
Uh, Layla, you don't happen to know Martian, do you?
Layla, you've been learning
it at
Martian
all?
for the show.
Well, you know what?
I was gonna say the details of the show were absolutely it
but
was an
she's
alien
gonna
show.
say yes and just do Klingon instead,
Martian's so easy.
which is a language on Duolingo. Sponsor me.
Amazing.
Martian's so easy. You just add too many apostrophes and spell everything a little wrong.
Yep.
Okay.
I think that's exactly right. So so my question is, are y'all taking anybody with you? Or just the three of you?
It feels like bringing people with us would introduce loose ends that we then had to deal with.
It depends on the people that we bring.
So Mars and Martians are not anomalies. So seeing them is not a loose end.
Oh, cool,
Martians seeing anomalies are also loose ends because they are things that exist in reality and are supposed to be there. So taking a person to Mars does not make them a loose end.
Okay, cool. No.
Can we take the kid?
We take
Can
Elvis and we take
No.
we take Elvis.
Oh, take Elvis.
Would you like to bring Elvis?
I
I'll go tell
am
Elvis. He'll be so excited.
Listening to that much Fallout Boy, I swear to God.
Riker, you don't understand. It's not a scene. It's a goddamned arms race.
I'll have you know, Elvis listens to Green Day in honor of his mentor.
There you go. That's
Oh my
very
gosh.
good. No, Trina, can we take Ruby? You suspended her from school or whatever, anyways. So,
she sort of like looks away, and then looks forward, and says, "Our information suggests she is currently outside of your door, listening to this already."
hell yeah, she is. She's just gonna open the door and do a jump down and be like, "You want to go to space, kid?" And put his hand up for a high five.
She says, "Yes," and then she high fives you. She's like, "Oh, 1 second, I need to let that one guy go."
We're bringing multiple children on this trip. This could only go well.
don't. I'm not in that we. I'm not bringing a child.
You should also bring a child. Things work better in groups of 3.
Don't even know children.
I'm sure a child watches a stream. Just give away a trip.
I don't know that child, though.
Okay, are you bringing anybody else? Is that all?
We're bringing Elvis and Ruby, and that's it.
All right. You head off into space.
We're not bringing Mary, the other person from Mars, because it would be too obvious.
Mary sees the car lifting up from Turnian City from her yard.
Did you at least drop off sandwiches?
No, they're in the car, though.
Shit. You took her little cucumber sandwiches?
We might be hungry. It's a trip that takes amount of time.
As she sees it, she just sighs and turns to her laptop where she's trying to book a trip to the Bermuda Triangle.
As you fly into space, the spaceship activates. The kids are loving it. Ruby is leaning up against the window and like looking out the back, and she says, "I would be so scared right now if there weren't 10 more of me waiting back on Earth. I would be so scared right now."
Ruby, have you died before?
No.
I don't recommend it. Not a normal. I'm sorry, Elvis, this is Ruby. Have you all met each other yet?
And Elvis has been like trying to play cool, but has been like by like crossing his arms and staring out the window, but his eyes are like sparkly with all the excitement of being in space. What? Yeah.
Ruby is a normal human female child, similar in age to you.
I mean, he's kind of old.
You tell him, Ruby. You tell him.
I didn't do anything.
I like your shirt though.
Sure, whatever. I don't care. As he blushes a little bit.
1 second.
She shrugs.
Say
and
again.
turns back.
I'm gonna
She's
use
like
say
that.
again and make Elvis say something better. So if one sec, let me switch screens. You may respond to a spoken sentence with the phrase "say again," and then you may tell the group what the target says instead of what they said initially. Roll presence. So I'm gonna roll presence real quick.
We'll say it before because this one you have to say first because the failure state.
Right.
You'll have to deal with it.
Right. Yeah, no, I'm not setting myself up for failure immediately.
Do it.
I think what I say instead is I like your hair. That feels like a normal thing to say. I like your hair. And I rolled and I got 1 3 and I'm just going to give you the 5K.
All right, 5 chaos to me. Instead, Elvis says, "I like your hair," and she looks at him. She's got her like bow in it, and she again is like 9, and this is like a teen preteen. She gets that. She's like, "Thanks," shrugs, and turns back to the window.
I turn to
And
Riker
looks
and I'm
at-
like, I dodged a fucking bullet.
And he's just gonna go, my team, 1 point. Your team, none.
Say again? I'm going to do it again. Fuck you.
No.
If you all don't think I won't infinitely cast the same thing because it doesn't stop being funny to me.
I mean, it's great to me. I'll eat up the chaos.
Yeah.
Yum yum yum.
And what? So I say again, and then in your voice I say, "Damn, you're so much better at this than me." And I'm gonna roll, and I got 3 3s this time.
Try
Oh my god!
So you can have 3 commendations. That's the only one that's super relevant at this exact second.
Yeah.
You didn't spend any last time.
I'll take the 3 commendations. Perfect.
No chaos. 3 commendations, and you get Riker to say, "You're so
You're
much
so
better
much
at this."
better at this than me.
Oh, thank you. I've been trying very hard. I feel like Elvis has been a good project so far. Anyway, let's keep going and not think about the thing I just did.
Tyler, as you drive the car to New York on Mars, I want to know a little bit about what's going on in your head. When was the last time you were here?
That's a great question. When was the last time I was here?
And do you want to be here or no?
Here's the truth. Until this week, I did not want to come back here. But now that I've died, I was like, maybe I'll just go back to Mars.
Oh, I actually like thinking about that. That now going home sounds like maybe a good thing.
Yeah, I think I was having fun. And I mean, I'm not having fun anymore. Behind the scenes, we've switched me from clown to gravedigger. To sort of represent the emotional journey I'm going on here. So I don't know. I think it's bittersweet. I'm getting to come home, which I want to do, but I also didn't want to have to come home because I died.
Mm-hmm. And New York is actually where your family lives. And so I wonder, are you...
They're going to be so mad I didn't bring my sister home with them.
Yes.
With me. So I am going to try to dodge them if I can.
That's going to be difficult. And I'm just wondering whether or not you tell the other 2 here that you're a prince.
I absolutely do not tell the other people here that I'm a runaway prince.
Are you kidding me?
Sarah, if it makes you feel better, I also found this out in real time. But no, I absolutely don't tell anybody.
Great. Well, you will know that, especially if Christina Miros is being given some kind of amnesty, that the people who would know the most about what's going on here or the people that would have access would be your parents, Danielle and Kayuvin, who are both the rulers who work out of a large stone palace in Neo Yaruk. As you arrive, you are able to park at the car next to many other cars that look very similar.
And Riker says, "Wow, what a great parking job you did. I wish I could be you."
Are we rolling?
Wow. What
No,
a great note for
because
an
I got
hour.
tri-sentence, I can just be Riker
Oh
for
yes,
the next
right.
hour.
Oh my god, I forgot.
I didn't. Don't worry.
Oh my god. And you're able to park. You do a terrible parking job, but Riker loves it.
Mhm.
And next to many other cars in the like one part of the city that allows for these cars. And as you look across the city, you see a bustling metropolis that has remained cloaked from Earth photography and scans from down below of these great red stone buildings. Not a lot of glass on Mars. A lot of these big kind of old stone buildings, but a lot of the actual people moving around look very modern. The city has these cars. It's functioning like a modern city. There's a little bit of a different atmosphere here. One of the revelations for the other members of this group is that Mars already does have a breathable atmosphere and has just kept that secret for a long time. And all of you are now under Tyalar's lead.
Yes.
Well, I wouldn't say lead necessarily.
No, you would say lead,
Okay.
because what you say, in fact, is, okay, Tylar, we're new here, lead away. And I say, okay, thank you, Riker, I will. I think what we should do, so here's the deal. I think if Christina Miros is here, she's probably, because she has amnesty or whatever, we should probably break into the palace and look through their paperwork. Mars has a monarchy. I don't know if I've told you this. Have I told you things about Mars?
No. No, you haven't.
Okay, great. So there's a monarchy,
We're not really-
and they have like a big castle, and we're going to break into it, and we're going to steal their paperwork.
Okay, why can't we just ask for it?
What you actually said was
No,
I'm just playing. I'm
we
just
can't-
playing. It's rude in Mars to ask for things that don't belong to you.
Uh-huh.
I'm fully just lying at this point.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, if it's just a matter of getting into the place, I'm pretty sure I can do, like, do they have guards or personnel that stand outside with security clearance?
The palace of Neo Yaruk is centrally located, very near to where Tyalar has parked you. It is a very large, like many-story building with these spiraling structures, all and it's like this perfectly symmetrical shape. A series of kind of like cubes and spirals and towers, all kind of like attached to each other in such a way that it creates this like very clear and precise form from all four sides when you look at it. And yes, the like external gates are guarded each by a pair of kind of like intended to be kind of ornamental guards. They're trained, they're people, but they're like dressed up and they look.
Because in my mind, it would be better if we got, the Martians here to not like Christina and help us in getting rid of all the versions. Right?
Do you just feel like this is a better plan because it is your plan?
I mean, yes. I don't see the point of lying here. Layla, do you have any thoughts? I mean, we can break into a palace. That's fine. But I thought if we maybe talked to them or I don't know, it could be king for the day and maybe order them to do it.
No, we don't want to be king for the day.
Why not?
It seems bad. If I were perchance the king for the day, I would leave.
Why?
It seems like a bad time.
You feel like it would be a bad time?
Yes. You have a lot of questions today, Riker.
Well, I've never been to Mars before. Just trying to get an understanding of what's going on here.
That's interesting. Yeah, please.
How do we roll powers being used on other players?
How do we? So in this case, we've let it because I knew that Keegan would riot if I didn't allow it in this group. So if you have something you would like to do, talk through it. The only thing that I will put a hard line on is like a second ago when you saw me be like, no, it's like if it feel like it's overstepping too much into somebody's roleplay, then I'll probably pause you. Or if it's something that affects someone's body, I'll let them get a say in what happens.
That's pretty fair.
Yeah, but if things like socially or like the ability, like especially in this case when Tylar is making such a strong lie stance against the group, if you have something against that, I think that makes perfect sense.
Yeah, perfect.
Well,
and you're welcome to do what you feel like you should do here. I'm very chill about this.
Layla's goal isn't necessarily to convince Tyler like we should do this, but Layla wants the truth at least. So I would like to work on my
the new ability,
the shortcut to like, what is the shortest path to you telling us the truth?
Yeah. So will you read the A to B skill? The skill is called A to B.
Yes, it is called A to B. You can see the shortest difference between one idea and another. State the desired thought you want a target to have. Examples are, I like this person, I should take a break, tomorrow isn't coming, and roll empathy. On a success, you know how they'll arrive at that thought. The player portraying your target will tell you what steps need to be taken to get them there. On transcendence, there's only one step to get them to that thought, and you can decide what it is. On a failure, the target's mind becomes condensed, sharpened, and begins making connections it never could before. Things make sense to them that never did before. Their suspicions, especially about you, find evidence easily. You've created a genius, and they're smart enough to know you did it. So I figure, worst comes to worst, Tyler is going to be super smart. There's no fail state, in my opinion.
Yeah, no, this is great.
My co-designer Sean right now is looking at me very, very hard through the camera and is like, "I told you that the fail state of this one would break the game." But you are now. I guess what you're saying is you want to try to get Tyler to the thought, "I want to tell them the truth."
Yes,
is that the idea?
That is what I'm trying to get into.
So let's do the roll. Do you have qualities in that? Quality assurances in that quality? Okay, so this is just a flat roll with -1.
Yep, sure is.
It's fine. She'll roll Transcendence. I know how this works.
Oh, wait, hold on. It's D4s, right?
I hope
Yep,
so.
you're rolling 64.
Completely the wrong die. Google, why did you reset my things?
I'm sorry.
That is not Transcendence. That would be only 2 successes, which means it's 1 success.
Okay, so I get 5 more chaos, and basically...
Could have just told us the truth. This chaos is on you.
So, Tyler, what would Layla need to do to get you to tell the truth?
Ask me why I'm lying.
Oh, okay. Well, there we go.
Perfect.
Tyler, why are you lying?
Oh, damn, what a cutting question. Interesting. Okay, look, can you all promise not to be weird about this?
No.
I'll totally not be weird
We're
about
on
it.
Mars, and a lot of weird things have happened. You saw your previous dead bodies walking around. No, I cannot promise to not be weird about it, but I would appreciate the truth.
Okay.
I'm never weird about anything at all.
That's true,
Yeah.
Ruby, and we love that for
Totally
you.
fine. Totally fine.
Sure. So just one small little one infinitesimally tiny detail I've been leaving out is that I am in fact the Prince of Mars. But like, it's not a big deal. I ran away. You know, I'm sure my parents would be happy to see me. I just maybe don't think they should see me yet.
Come again?
Aren't there yous walking around with Miros anyway? So they're going to see a version of you regardless. And this way, you have a double walking around if you want to avoid parental responsibilities. Or I suppose child responsibilities.
Right, but if I come into the tower, if I come into the castle, they're going to be like, you know, why did you run away? Why are you here already? And I'm going to have to explain, hi, Mom and Dad, I went to Earth and took a job, and then I died. And I just don't want to have the conversation today.
Or lie to them.
That is interesting. I am very good at lying. Hey, Sarah, you gonna burn out protection?
I don't know that I would call that one true.
You have said the least weird thing so far for this entire week.
You know what? I'll accept that. Let's go to the castle.
As you step up to the castle, you see that these 2 guards, they see you, they do a little bit of a double take, but they both still kind of step in line to stop you, like, because they don't quite necessarily get what's going on right away. It looks like they might recognize you, though. What do you do?
Yes.
It's the sweater.
I'm sorry, you don't recognize me because I'm wearing a sweater, but I am in fact Tyler Davis, the lost prince, I guess. I've known where I am, but you didn't, and now I'm here.
Oh my gosh. Normal Martian, welcome back, Tyler.
Thank you.
And they both kneel. And you are welcomed into the grounds. They lead you through a front gate with a series of plants so fascinating and unusual that I can't possibly describe them. As you head through this garden, you are let into the palace proper and a throne room. This room is very austere, I guess is what I would say. It is a very simple room. It has the stone walls, it has a carpet running down the center, and it has two very normal, regular height chairs sitting at the end, made of a sort of nice purple wood, that are both sitting on both, looking extremely excited, are Tylar's parents, Danielle and Ku Vin. Tyler, do you want to describe your parents to me? Is there something about them that you have in your head that you would like me to have?
No, I didn't actually think about them before, maybe 5 minutes ago.
I knew as soon as you said you had all these plans, I was like, I have plans for you. Here we go.
I'm gonna get you. You haven't been got yet, but just wait.
Yeah. Well then, great. They both they are wearing this they both look very sweet. They have these very simple outfits on. They are kind of sitting at the edge of their seat because technically it is proper and normal to wait for the people that are visiting you when you are rulers to sit and wait for them to approach. But they both look like they are just itching to get out of their chair. And as soon as you enter, Danielle, who has her hair up in these they're very fun, 4 buns on her head, says, Tyler, Kevin, they're back. Tyler, I feel such a normal amount of joy at seeing you.
Yes, warm Martian greeting to you too, Mother.
Yes, and oh, I can't do this anymore. I'm breaking convention. And she rushes forward and goes to give you a big hug.
Absolutely not. I'm so sorry. When she comes forward to give, I'm sorry, Mother. I've been in contact with somebody going through the time. I'm worried that I might pass their sickness on to you. So maybe just 2 feet apart.
Oh yes. I'm so sorry. You're right. That was not normal of me.
No, it is very fine. It is understandable even. Hey everyone who is watching this and doesn't understand what's going on. Every time I touch something living, I receive a demerit, so I can't give my mother a hug. Without taking demerits, and I'm not willing to lose at Triangle Agency.
Kevin says, Mayri has been keeping us updated with your activities over the past several months, and we're happy to know that you are safe, but she was as confused as we are as to why you left. And now we are confused as to why you have returned.
Yes.
This is time for a normal explanation.
Yes, normal explanation. Have you ever... Mother, Father, do you remember last time we went on a road trip with Mary, and it was bad?
Yes, of course. We speak of it often.
Yes. I was just worried about being in the car with Mary for that long. It was difficult last time.
Both of their eyes widen in recognition, and they nod very seriously. And they say, yes, Mary is so concentrated on the destination that she can make the journey difficult.
Yes, she did ask very frequently. Normal Martian question, are we there yet?
Well, I'm happy to hear she was polite.
Yes. I forgot to tell you, I have brought my friend. I don't know where Lila went, but here's Riker. And here is small child Elvis, and here is smaller child Ruby. They are all from Earth.
Yes. We've seen many Earthlings lately. How interesting.
Tell me about that.
They kind of look to each other, and then they look at this group and they say, well, there have been a series of very interesting conversations we've had with this wonderful woman, Christina Miros, who has made contact with us and given us many things, such as these normal go-karts.
Interesting. I'm gonna go ahead and use another ability. I'm burning through using abilities this session.
Yeah, go for it.
Because it doesn't matter because it's the final session, so I can just burn through all my quality assurances if I have to. But let me pull up the spotlight again. So I have this ability I've somehow never used. Tip of the tongue. So I open my mind to the thoughts of someone nearby and let their words reach my voice, and I roll empathy. On a success, I say what the target wishes they were saying right now. On every third 3, I can ask a question about something currently relevant to the target and receive an answer from the GM. And on a failure, I have to admit something I don't want anyone to know. Oh, I did roll that before because I had to admit something. I don't remember what it was. Anyway, I rolled and I got 2 3s, and I'm gonna burn 1 point to just make that stable so you don't get chaos on it. But I just want what my parents actually think about her.
Yeah. Is there a secondary effect for that you get? I'm just checking just in case, because I want to make sure that I answer this fully.
So open your minds to the thought of someone nearby. Let their words reach your voice. Roll empathy. On a success, I say what the target wishes they were saying right now.
Mm-hmm.
And that's
Is
it.
there a secondary? There's no secondary. It just goes straight to failure.
There's on every third 3, but I only rolled 2.
Well, you just added 1, so you made it a third 3.
Oh, okay. I can ask a question about something currently relevant to the target and receive an answer from the GM.
Okay. The thing that you say out loud that the others hear, that is you pick your mother or your father?
I'll pick my mother.
Okay. Danielle, as she looks at you, this smile in her face, as she's talking about how great Christina Miros is, you say, these idiots.
Interesting. Mother, if you don't like Christina Miros, why have you allowed her here on Mars?
To clarify, the sense you get is that it was directed at you.
Oh, it's directed at me. What? Sorry. Let me rethink what I'm gonna ask. Riker,
And you have a question available as well.
Yeah.
But it is this person wishes right now they were saying these idiots.
Okay. Oof. I say that out loud. My mother doesn't say it. Let the
Yes,
words reach
you
your
say
voice.
these idiots, and everybody looks a little confused.
Cool. Love saying that in the middle, right in front of the king and queen of Mars.
Kaven says, "Excuse me."
Oh, I'm sorry. It's just what mother was thinking. I thought I'd say it for her.
What? No, of course I wasn't thinking that. I was just thinking about how excited I am that you're here, and how I'm very thrilled that you are back to experience the go-karts and the other gifts that Christina Miros has given us.
Great. And why are we accepting gifts from Earth when historically we've hidden from them? And that's going to be the second question I ask.
Is that the question you're asking me, the GM? For
Yeah.
that thing? Yeah. So you ask and about this, and the thing that you are able to get out by speaking it again as well is you say, they are accepting these things because the king and queen are not who you think they are.
Interesting. This is a very distressing Martian thing that I have no understanding of. Riker, is there anything like this on Earth where the king and queen aren't who they say they are?
What are you talking about?
Don't worry about it. It's a
Sorry,
normal
I've been
human
listening.
joke.
Yeah, no, actually, I just was hoping. Can I borrow something really quick? I would like to borrow from the queen.
Okay. All right. Yeah. What is
I
it?
want to borrow her memories. Can I do that? It says things like their love.
Yeah. Yes, I think that's
So
great.
I would like to borrow her memories and see like what is in them.
Yeah,
I think that's
read
great.
borrow for us real fast.
So it's you may choose a feature of a mundane target and take it for yourself. Their face, their voice, their love, their fingerprints. Now you have it and they do not. So I'm going to roll duplicity. On a success, this effect lasts for up to an hour. For each additional 3 above 1, I may choose to either the target keeps a flawed version of what's borrowed, the effect lasts an additional hour, or I may share what's borrowed with one other target. On a failure, the target loses what you've taken permanently, and no one gets it. They remember what they have lost.
Jesus.
Okay, so yes, so the thing about borrow is that if you don't get those, she also loses these memories for the moment.
Right.
Yeah.
Right. Okay, here we go. Oh, this one's scattered. Okay, so that's 1, 2, 3, 4 threes, and I do have 1 in duplicity, so I am a-okay.
Okay, so you've got 4, which means I get 2 chaos.
Yes, but it does mean I get to share, or I can pick an additional effect.
I think you could choose
Yes.
2 additional.
You get to pick
effects? 3, right?
Yeah, 3 if
I'm
it's
just-
every 3 above 1, right?
Yeah.
For each additional 3 above 1.
Yes,
Yeah.
you get the 3.
Oh, snap. Okay, for sure. I want to share the borrowed memories with Tylar and Layla, so I don't have to like verbalize it.
Great.
I want to share with them. And then
Give them back a flawed version of their memory.
I that's kind of that's what I was trying to think is like either give them a flawed version back because it lasts an hour,
Mhm.
and with 3 of us, I think we'll be able to remember it pretty well. So yeah, I want to give the target keeps a flawed version of what's borrowed, and maybe we can decide what that is after we hear what the memories actually hold.
Yes, I think this is great. You tap in, you reach out and try to borrow these memories, and you feel a very strange feeling as you do this. When you're borrowing, this ability only works on people who do not have anomalous resonance or the ability to deflect against it. And when you first reach out, you bump up against a wall and you kind of slide along that wall and you hit on something that you can target. But it at first you feel this like thing stopping you and then kind of moving your power to the side, and you latch on to these memories. You see the thing that you have most context for that like locks you into these memories is you see Tylar for like the last whole lifetime. You see Tylar from like little tiny baby Tylar to all the way now at like adult normal human Tylar that you know. For our purposes while we're visualizing it, do you want to describe baby Tylar for us?
Yeah, baby Tyler looked like a normal human baby, except green. Like Tyler looks like a normal human man, but green. Just in your head, picture the like platonic ideal of what a normal human baby looks like, and that's what Tyler looked like.
Yes. And then halfway through, what is Danielle's favorite memory of you, Tyler?
Oh God. Wow, we're really going into my backstory today, aren't we?
Yeah.
The one
yeah.
I definitely had prepared.
No, I think it's great. It's
No, that's
random.
great.
I'm just thinking, what is something that you
Yeah, no,
think?
favorite memory. I think it was I think right before I started going through the time. I think I had like an art phase where I was just making art all the time. I think it's why I hunger for children's drawings. And I think I just made like hey mom, I drew this picture of you. And it was like one of those like, oh, it's not really that good of a picture, but it's good to me because I'm your mother.
That's so sweet. And as you latch onto these, you're kind of moving through these memories of Tylar, but then you from that anchor point are able to sort of move out in time and isolate what you're looking for. Will you tell me what is the space you're trying to find in these memories as you're hunting through them in this instant? What is your like what thing are you looking for most? And that's a question for you.
Yeah. I think I'm looking for where Christina Muros kind of like makes an entrance, right? Like
Yes.
this has been a person that's been on the periphery. Like I want to try and like recall memories where there were discussions, talks of plans. Like I want to try and figure out, understanding that it might not be that clean cut, but like Riker's really trying to figure out what's going on here and why are these not the way that why are these people not the way Tyler expected them to be?
Yes. You see a landing of a like a regular Earth rocket with a Miros brand on it in a sort of like in the middle of a dusty side of Mars that happens to be kind of close to the cloaked city of Neo Yaruk. And as Miros and a small team of people and robots that began building this thing that she's called the Miros Dome in that area were setting it up, a party was sent out to investigate and make sure that she wasn't building anything dangerous. And Hayvin and Danielle watched like a stream of that, like a video taping of that at the time. And that was the first time that they saw Christina. However, recently, in the past week, Christina had suddenly, somehow, known to start looking for them. And she did. She found their city using some technology that she was able to use to sort of like track the signals that they don't know exactly how she did it, but she arrived at the city and she ended up in an audience with the king and queen about the thing that she was building and an interest in getting to know them. You see the flashes of her being super polite, super sweet, talking to them. And then you see a moment where Christina Miros shakes Danielle's hand. And Christina Miros's entire body contorts and twists and disappears into Danielle's hand.
It's so good I did not hug my mother. I think I dodged a grenade here.
Okay.
This is shared across everybody's mind.
Mm-hmm.
But what you know now, the flawed version returns. So what I'll tell you is whatever else blocked your ability, because it still has a little bit of those memories and it was accessing them in some way, it doesn't notice because you put a flawed version back in. Those memories are still hazily there. So this person doesn't notice what you've done.
Got it. But just to make sure that I'm tracking correctly, I get the sense that something is puppeting Tyler's mom, similar to what Ruby mentioned, like what Ruby has been doing with her own ability.
Exactly like that.
Exactly like that. Okay, perfect.
Huh.
Let's see.
And I'll tell you, you get the impression this happened to both of them. Maybe in that same moment, you see, you see another memory slightly later, where those same eyes see another Miros shake hands with Kayuvin.
Gotcha. Okay. I think from here, like knowing that that's happened, I think I would immediately like to how do I want to do this? Because I didn't show Ruby, and that's the bummer. But asked, can I borrow something? We've been in the car ship for a really long time, and my little Ruby here needs a restroom really quick. How Ruby? We need a restroom.
Within seconds, she's immediately like, "Oh my gosh, please! I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I don't mean to be annoying, but I have to go so bad."
Human children need to pee nearly constantly, mother and father.
I made them pull over at several asteroids on the way here.
So yeah, is there somewhere just we can really quickly? I hate to interrupt such a heartfelt family reunion.
You see Danielle and Kayuvin nod, and you notice at this second, as they look, that every door out of this room has been blocked by a guard. But one guard behind the thrones steps out of the way of a single door. And she says, "Sure, Ruby, you can go right through there." And Ruby says, "Oh, I can never go by myself."
I just let me talk
Mom
to her.
and Dad,
It
would
was
you
just
let
nervous.
me walk? Would you let us go with her just real fast? It's human bathroom rituals involve a lot of people. You're probably not familiar with them. And then we could just pick this conversation back up in a moment.
They pause for a little too long and say, yes, I suppose we are not familiar with human bathroom rituals.
Okay, so you promise you'll let us
I
leave
wouldn't
and
call
then we
them
can come
rituals.
back.
Very well.
Sorry, I needed to ask this a very specific way. I'm trying to make sure they promise me that I can go to the bathroom and come back so that I can activate an ability.
Interesting. Okay.
Um,
So, yeah, you might have to do something to make them promise you. What do you say to do that?
just can you promise me right now that when I come back, we can just pick this conversation right back up where we were? It's important to me that we finish our conversation about the mirrors, but Ruby has to pee so badly.
Oh, yes, absolutely. I'm happy to make a normal Martian promise to you.
Perfect. I'm gonna use my new ability. I'm finally using a new ability. So I have a new ability called Bug. Accept a promise from someone and roll subtlety. On a success, until the target has fulfilled the promise they made to you, they are a perfect microphone. At any time, you can tune into their frequency to hear anything they're saying or that is being said to them. I can have up to 3 instances of this effect active in the world at a time. On every third 3, the bug can be passed once. When the target speaks to someone, you can choose to move the bug to them. And on a failure, you're bugged. The target will hear your voice, and those speaking to you in a way they cannot control for at least a day. At least 1 loose end gets added if I do that. And do I have subtlety? I don't, but I have burnout protection, so I'm gonna roll.
Nice.
And that is 2 3s. And I'm going to. Oh no, because I don't have subtlety. Okay, cool. You'll get 4 chaos there.
All right.
That seems worthwhile to bug my parents. So you're at 14 chaos now, if we're keeping track.
Yes, the bug settles, and as you head out this door with Ruby, are all 3 of you going? Or Layla, are you going as well?
All 4 of us are going. 5?
Oh yeah, everybody.
Yeah, the
Yeah,
whole
5.
group for the bathroom ritual.
You all,
Elvis.
you all head out. Elvis is like looking around, enjoying the Martian Palace. You all head back through this door, and right behind here, there's like just kind of a nice like resting room, like the equivalent of a green room for royalty. A very like well put together space for them to just sort of like relax. And there is a bathroom, very similar to a human bathroom, right off to the side, another door. And one of the guard that was guarding that door steps through the door and guards the inside of the door this time. And there is one other door out of the space, because the bathroom is not like have an outside, another exit. So there's another door out of the space down this little hallway, and there's a guard at that exit as well. But you come in, and because I'm guessing, is your bug, you just having that active right now?
Yeah, it's just active.
Almost immediately you hear a duplicated voice as the 2 of them speak out loud at the same time. And they say, no, Cameron, we don't need to. Yes, I think that well, I'm not sure if they've heard, if they understand what's going on, but I know that they're here looking for me. I didn't think the agency could be up here. What is going on? Yes, well, even if they figure out these 2, there's at least the other one. Mm-hmm. Yeah, get it done. And that's what they say, and then they fall silent.
Interesting. Layla and Elvis, can you do me a favor and sing the usual bathroom song just as loud as possible for just a quick moment so Ruby can pee?
Feliz Navidad.
Okay.
Feliz Navidad.
While this song is going on, I'm trying to under it so the guard can't hear me.
Yeah.
Would be like
yeah, no, Ruby's also helping. They're both yelling. The kids are yelling the song.
Perfect. Thank you so much, everyone. I'm like, hey, so good news. I found 2 of the Miroses. I planted a bug on my parents, and 2 of the 3 Miros. That's 2 of the 2 of them. Which is to say, we have to kill my not parents.
No, they're still your
Feliz
parents.
Navidad.
Hey, Ruby.
Long P over here.
Feliz
Yeah,
Navidad.
Most people
Riker would
usually
want to try and have like a quiet conversation with Ruby, like in this chaos. And I know that we only have like a limited amount of time to like walk back out, so it would just be, hey Ruby, yeah, you know that cool new trick you can do?
Yeah.
Have you ever heard of somebody else being able to do it?
I don't know. I mean, I can only do it because I spent so much time with my sheep.
Uh-huh. I'm pretty sure there's someone here that is actively doing that new trick on Tyler's parents right now.
What?
So my question to you is, can you do that trick twice? Like exponential? Can you put, like, if you put something in a box, could you force that thing out of the box by putting, I don't know how to ask this question.
She looks at you with like a sympathetic, like, oh, poor Riker. She's like, this 8-year-old is like, he's doing his best. She says, okay, listen, this is what I can do. It's kind of like my copies are like not exactly real. It's kind of like they're like sort of half there. So if I find somebody else and I'm using those copies, it's like their half and that other person is the other half, and I can kind of put them together and then move them around kind of how I want. I can't do that again once I'm already in them, and I can choose to split off. But nobody's ever made me do it without, just like getting me in trouble. Like when my teacher, when I got in trouble, then I left my teacher, but that's because I was going to get worse in trouble.
Yeah, you chose to. You don't think that there's a way that you could be forced to stop doing the trick, if that makes sense?
She sort of furrows her brow and she says, I don't know. It hasn't happened before. But I guess if there was a way to split us up, or a way to make me really want to, or if I something like that. But nobody's ever done anything that would have forced me out.
I want to
Cool.
wish you a normal.
Actually, she goes, I do remember when we were watching Annihilation. There was this part where it was really scary, but it wasn't scary to me. It was scary to the guy that I was piloting around. And when he got really scared, he almost pushed me out because he was so scared and his feeling was so strong. So maybe if you made his parents have a really strong feeling like you scared them or you made them watch Annihilation, maybe then
I know just what to do. Riker, did you bring your gun?
I love it, Keegan. I love that we went to the exact same place. I was gonna like literally walk back in from the bathroom, like.
I think
man alive.
Can I paint the scene as we come back in, and then maybe we can run on a break real quick.
Time out.
Okay.
Time out. I want to know what Layla's doing this entire time.
Yes, during all this with the singing and the.
I want to know what Layla's thinking. I want to know what she wants to do. I want to know everything.
Yeah.
Let's see. Yeah, because I'm just quickly going through. Yeah, okay, they're being piloted. Familiar place, huh? Yeah, and the guidance gamble that only affects, Swanlina Star only affects me, correct?
Yeah, but it makes you really good at like fighting because you're so dense and strong that it's very difficult for anyone to like move you or stop you. Yeah. As long as you stay in place.
That is true. Don't like that's not her thing. So more Brennan, get it away is more the thing.
My question to you is there's the three of them, right? So in my mind, and Keegan, you have a plan so you can chime in, but in my mind, we kind of force eject the two. We still need to find the third.
Yeah.
We don't know where that is.
We got to eject the first two, and I have a plan on how to do that. And I would love if we just put faith in me and let me paint the scene as we come back from the bathroom.
Cool.
Do we just need to get all the Miroses back to headquarters?
I believe the wording they gave us specifically was exterminate.
Or eliminate was the word they chose.
Yeah.
Because they're hunting all the other copies. So I think we just need to eliminate these three. And then we have the gun, but do we have the gun?
We always have the gun in the briefcase.
Yeah, you've got it.
So we can shoot one and get rid of it forever, but it only has one shot.
What's the name of the special detention center at the agency, the reprogramming block or what have you?
That's a great question. The vault is what they have, which is where they keep anomalies. And it is also, yes, a sort of implied threat for anyone who becomes too dangerous.
Have any of us ever, well, actually I say any of us, specifically Layla, has Layla ever seen where the vault is?
No, none of you have been there. When you deposit your anomalies, there are specific stations in the building you leave them, and then you know they are taken to the vault, but it is not a place any of the three of you have ever gone.
But there's a specific station we leave them in, is what I heard. So if you were trying to use this ability, we could theoretically drop them in a station and hope they figure it out from there.
Absolutely.
Because my thought is to purposely fail some fold rolls and do marks on the ground, try and get the 3 Miroses to see.
I got you. So let's
eat 2 of them.
So step
one, the gun for the last one.
Step 1, get them out. Step 2, get them back to the facility. And I got step 1.
Sorry, go ahead and continue.
I was just gonna say I have step 1. Step 2 is all you two.
Okay, because I was thinking Okay, question. What can we open the normal briefcase more than once? If we don't put anything in it, can we open it more than once?
Yes, you can open it more than once. You can just only hold one anomaly.
Do the 3 copies of Miros count as 3 different anomalies?
In this case, yes.
Dang it.
Okay.
Ruining all my plans.
That's okay. We can get rid of. We can destroy one, capture another one, and figure out the third one when we get there.
We can perp walk the third one back into our normal minivan and fly them.
I only have to fail fold once.
Mm-hmm.
This is just randomly stitched to it, and it's fine if we go to the agency.
I think that's a great idea to get to when we get there. Keegan, I'm on the edge of my seat about this plan that you have.
Cool.
Mm-hmm.
And we're running right up about where I want to take a break. So I want to paint the scene for you, and then I want to go on break.
Yeah, we won't touch it. You get to just tell us.
Okay, cool. So I think as we come back from the bathroom, Riker is holding a gun to Tylar's head.
100%.
Because the one thing I think that would scare my parents actively is me potentially dying right in front of them. So I think we come back into the sorry everyone in the Discord, Sarah, all caps, we had the same plan. So I think we come back to the room and we get Riker. Riker, what are you saying as you're holding? No, and I'll just no, parents. Believe Riker. He is going to kill me. Extremely scared Mars noises.
I've been taking care of this weirdo for the sole purposes of ruining your day. Let's scoot into the room.
And with that, I think we're gonna go to break. But before we go, we have new Triangle Agency art.
Yes, so what we're about to put on the screen for our break is one as a part of our back cover of the Triangle Agency rulebook. The reason that I picked this segment is because there's already so much detail in it. It's made by Ryan Kingdom, who's our art director and the illustrator of the cover. It is one of my favorite things ever. I can't wait to show you the whole thing, but for now, we'll show you just a little. And it also has a link on there that if you haven't gone to, you should go straight to that link. Thank you so much.
And we'll be back in like 5. And look at that, we're back. Hey viewers, you might notice we are a person short now. Unfortunately, Petty's not feeling great and had to bounce. But we're just gonna, it's our final session, so we're gonna continue the game without her. But you know, we all wish her well. And with that, we're gonna hand it back over to Caleb. Right before the break, Riker took me hostage and threatened to shoot me in front of my parents. Oh yeah, sorry, the theme that was just playing is composed by Edith Mudge. Mudge?
Yeah.
Yes.
Yes. And I wanted to say too, Riker, as we go in, before we describe exactly what's happening, are you gonna do anything reality warpy to make this extra scary from your perspective? I'm asking just because we haven't done a lot of reality warping today, and there's a chance.
I know, that's my thing. I think yeah, actually. I would like to reality warp
a
that
bigger gun.
instead-
A bigger gun.
Like, legitimately, yes, Keegan.
Sarah and I have
Get out of my
played
head.
too many games together. I'm so sorry, everyone.
Get out of my head. 100%. Like a bigger gun. We just saw Annihilation, so I know what an assault rifle looks like.
You
as well.
finally learned what they were.
I watched Natalie Portman dispatch a giant alligator, so I'm like, that's what I'm gonna do. So I think, yeah, I would like to try and warp reality.
I think that's amazing. I think in this case it's probably presence because it's about trying to make a big show.
Okay. I'm gonna roll these and hope for the best. Presence, I think. Oh, I'm gonna drop one of my keyboards. Okay. And then let me check my presence really quick. Oh, I have +3 in presence. We okay? Okay. And I am going to spend one of those to give me another 3 for Transcendence.
Okay, so it doesn't activate Transcendence when you force the 3,
that's
but it does
right.
make it stable, so I don't get any chaos.
Yeah, I do want to make it stable. You don't need any more chaos. I think you're doing well.
I'm sitting here on 16.
We fed Caleb like
I'm
10
saving up.
chaos in the first 2 minutes of this because I used my powers twice in a row.
Yeah. Yeah,
One
it was
win.
I
very
haven't
good.
touched it yet. This anomaly did a lot of stuff in preparation, so there hasn't been a lot of changes yet because I'm just saving it up.
Okay, keep going.
So with this big assault rifle that you have pulled out, what is Riker saying as you lead in Tyler? So to get you on a bike.
It's no, legitimately, he's just I have a gun and I will use it with extreme prejudice.
I've seen him
Again-
fire this weapon before. He will blow my head off. Mom and Dad, help me. Oh no, I'm going to die. You're going to watch your son die in front of you.
What?
I need everyone to just sit down right now.
There is a really weird effect on the two of them. You see, for just like tiny moments as they move, it's like they are like detaching from another limb, like a hand moves and like another hand is like almost pulling out of it and sort of snapping back in. And Danielle says, what are you? This doesn't make any sense. What are you?
I shoot the ground next to Tyler, like fire like 3 shots, like like right into the ground. I said, sit down.
Those really loud sudden shots. There is a snap, and like a second later, there are 4 people standing in front of you. There are 2 parents, Danielle and Kyu Vin, and there are 2 perfect copies of Christina Muros, who, with exact like synchrony, their eyes widen and then they narrow, and they look like they're about to turn to run.
Immediately, the gun is pointed at one of them.
I think you point the gun at one, and I think I point the reality gun at the other one.
Oh yeah, the ripple gun.
The ripple gun, which looks like a weird space gun, but also we're on Mars.
This is a very normal Martian gun.
This is a very normal Martian gun.
Both of them freeze. And you see Danielle and Kyu Vin are both like, oh, my child. I'm
Hello,
so sorry.
Mother and father. We are not going through the times. We are going through a time, but it is not the times. We have so much to talk about, but we need to deal with Christina Miros as well as Christina Miros, who are not normal humans.
Yes, I think we put that together, and both of them sort of like go back to back, like looking at the 2 Christinas, who look a little bit just sort of like put out, a little frustrated as the guns are pointed at them. And they say, "But you're fine. That human is not going to hurt you."
Oh no, Human was doing famous human acting role. Learned it from Annihilation.
Was in drama club junior year of high school. I don't know if I ever told you that.
Christina says, "For the record, I knew it was a bit."
A lot of good that did you, Christina.
Hey Ruby.
Yeah.
Sick up. No.
Do you want to try a weird thing?
It depends. Is it a cool weird or is it weird?
Well, I mean, I think you get to be like the megalomaniac leader of one of the world's largest corporations for a bit.
That's cool weird for sure.
Cool. Can you try your trick on them?
Yeah. she just sort of starts walking, and Christina's like, hey, no, get the child away from me. No, you, and she's like, she starts backing away from the kid.
Fire a shot at her
I-
feet. Don't be a coward.
I'm gonna like I'll just yell like, if you don't stay put, I'm gonna shoot you.
She sort of seems to weigh those options.
I've died before. It's not fun.
She runs. She turns and runs.
I fire the ripple gun.
So I'm imagining the ripple gun's pointed at the other one, right? So are you turning the ripple gun to?
No, that's fine.
Because
Sarah, you can deal with this one.
I
Shoot
would
her in
like
the kneecap, Sarah.
to-
Don't be a coward.
I would like to warp reality if I
Okay.
can. I would like to change her shoes
So that they're tied
So-
together.
they're tied together.
Yeah, that's great. That's so good. This is what the game was designed for and built around. Was
Yeah.
this particular moment, the ability that you can face down the leader of a global conglomerate who is who's currently
multi-global
trying to,
conglomerate.
right, who using supernatural powers has taken over Mars as well as
Uh-huh.
the corporate ladder on Earth. So you could tie their shoelaces together like a Bugs Bunny. Like a Bugs
I would like
Bunny.
to do one Elmer's Fudd, please.
And you know what? That one Elmer's Fudd, I would say, is going to be a subtlety roll.
Okay, I'm going to. I do have one in subtlety. I'm gonna burn that now to give me 3 threes, so it is
No chaos.
no chaos.
And are you just tying the shoelaces together? Is that what we're doing?
I want them to be horribly like. I want to change her shoes. Like I imagine she was very stylishly dressed, and now
Yes.
she is wearing like horrible, uncomfortable shoes that are rubbing on the back of her legs, and the laces
they're a
are
size
like,
too small. They're
Yeah.
knee highs.
her
Just
feet are
laces
her feet are
tied
cramped.
together.
They're very. She can't kick them off.
The heels
And
are just
they're-
bricks, like literal bricks underneath
Yes,
the
they
floor.
are heavy shoes, and like the laces are not only like tied together. It's like someone spilled a milkshake on them, so they're kind of sticky. Like you don't want to touch
They're
them.
fused together. They have been molded and melted into one pile
Yeah.
of shoelace.
Yeah.
She immediately falls and trips down. And as she hits the ground, Ruby says, "Ha!" and jumps up and slams her hands down on her back. There is a really wild rippling of Christina's body. In the way that you saw before, Christina kind of put her body inside of that one, but Ruby focuses, and it is Christina's body that like wiggles and putties, and Ruby takes all of Christina's like flesh into herself, and a second later she's like a little taller, but she still basically looks like Ruby. She's like, it's like she bumped herself up a couple inches, but she goes, whoa, whoa, cool, I can stay me.
Ruby,
Okay,
I have a question for
Just-
you. Can you
Yeah.
now deposit that Christina back at the school?
I mean, if I can get to the school.
I wasn't sure how connected you and all of the other Rubies were.
Oh no, this one's with this one. I can move this body around, but we're
Gotcha,
not all
gotcha.
physically connected.
You peed for so long earlier. I wasn't sure if you were peeing for all of you or how that worked.
Riker
Well, I was
is
fake
walking.
peeing, so
Oh, okay.
Riker is walking towards Ruby as they're having this conversation, doing one of these at the other Christina. And like as he gets up to her, he's gonna pull the suitcase out from nowhere and just be like, "Can you like glom her into here?"
ugh, ugh. And she's like, I think so. Ugh, it just feels gross to say
Cool.
and think about. She
Yeah, I don't like it either. This is weird.
She puts her hand on the briefcase. So this is like broccoli basically, and she puts her hand on the briefcase, and there is like a sudden like dunk in the back of the briefcase. It like almost like she
Yeah.
just fully just like fired it, and in that second, her like she drops another inch, just like dunk, and then the briefcase slams over it, and you do have a Christina Miros now captured inside
Nice.
of the briefcase. She has made herself anomalous enough that she can be held there.
Awesome. Riker's gonna like close the thing and go, "Hey Ruby, do you want to know what the difference is between burgers and broccoli?
Yeah, what's the difference?
They're spelled different.
Kids don't eat broccoli." And he winks.
She says, I'm sorry. At the same time, Tyler said they're spelled different, so I kind of missed what your thing was, but I did think that that one was funny.
Thank you. I
Very
tell
good.
good human jokes.
Yeah, very good.
Paris.
The other Christina, is like, you can do whatever you want to me, and it won't matter. You can kill me. You can put me in your little boxes. There's more of me everywhere. There's more of me here on this planet. And what the agency is trying to hide will not be hidden much longer. All you had to do was give me back one anomaly. Based on what I have found out, you have hundreds of them. Thousands, maybe.
You didn't even tell us what anomaly you were. It would have been much easier to do this job and help you out finding one missing anomaly if you had said on broadcast what the missing anomaly was.
Also, I don't know what you're talking about when you say anomaly. I've never heard that word before.
Oh,
Like you said,
sure.
looking around.
Riker, Riker, look at me. We've already made loose ends that we have to deal with.
She says, I killed the two of you. And now here you are, right in front of me. I know that the agency is hiding all sorts of technology and power that they are not sharing.
Right, but that's not what your complaint was. Your complaint was one anomaly that you won't even tell us about.
You know what anomaly. The one that girl. What is that sound?
Are you talking about the sheep?
Yes, I am talking about the sheep.
Interesting. It seems like you can already do that, so I'm not sure what good it does you.
She scowls.
You
and says,
are the sheep.
It does not matter. I am not going to sit here and tell you everything. I understand what you're trying to do. And if you want to kill me, then go for it. I am already making moves elsewhere.
One sec. So there's one of her in the briefcase, and there's one of her in Ruby?
We need to find one more. No, the one that Ruby got is in the briefcase. So we're talking to one. There's one we don't know where it is. And then all of the ones on Earth doing whatever they're doing. I would like to
So, Sarah, while you're thinking here for a second, I do want to ask the question. So, Petty was initially here, and part of the plan was we were going to use a new ability, Stitch, to
fold. The one that Petty would do.
Follow
yes,
Stitch,
the idea was Petty has an ability called Fold that allows her to step from where she is a single step away to any other place she's been before. So her suggestion was, if need be, she could grab one of the Christinas and take them back to that deposit place at the agency and then return a step later.
Yes. The failure on that one's interesting, though. So on a fail, the two locations are combined randomly as in Stitch. They're both physically in their original spaces, but now they're connected permanently.
Yes, and there are some ways to force a failure. One of those is Transcendence, because it allows you to list any number of threes.
Okay.
The other one is, obviously, if you roll too low. And then I tend to play with the quality assurances also being spendable to reduce threes.
Okay. Mm-hmm. Cool. What I'm going to ask then is, can we use that ability from Petty? It was part of the initial plan, and she had to bounce.
I think that's a great idea.
But it was in our planning doc here. Cool. So we're gonna go ahead and roll initiative. Does anyone know what Petty's initiative was? Because I don't have that up.
I do not have Petty's numbers. So let's say it has burnout. Make it a little easier for you to fail if you want.
Okay, cool. That sounds good to me.
These were all new skills, and she didn't take any new points, and I don't think one of the other ones had initiative. So that makes this
let's go for it.
Extra likely.
I roll very bad. With burnout, it's a fail.
Okay, great. Extra fail. I get 6 chaos.
You get 6 chaos, and we're just gonna have to deal with the fact that we just handed you 6 chaos, but we potentially made this mission easier for ourselves.
I got 6 chaos, and yes, this failure state. Do you have it in front of you to read? I can also read it.
I have it right here. So we're using fold. If you've been somewhere before, it's always close by. Take a step and roll initiative. On a failure.
Oh yeah, I see. On a failure. Yeah. Sorry.
Yeah. On a failure, the two locations are combined randomly, as in Stitch. They are both physically in their original spaces, but now they are connected permanently. So I think our plan was to connect the throne room and the loading room for anomalies.
Yes. Yeah. Okay. So that room is a what it looks like is like a ticket booth at a movie theater. It has a long hallway, and then at the end there is a clear glass or like maybe heavy plastic opening or like a pane with one of those little speaker things on it, but just darkness behind. You can't see anyone there. And there is an opening that you can slide the briefcase into. It's like exactly shaped like it, that you can slide it into, kind of like a VHS return slot in an old video store. This long hallway and this this space is like cut in half with the this long hallway of the throne room, so that now it's like in segments where like it's split exactly down the middle, but it alternates which one is visible. So there's like a bright red carpet and this green carpet that have now fused together on the floor, and as it's almost like a checkerboard pattern across until the end, where you have one throne room chair and one piece of the deposit room with the slot in it.
Thank you.
And that has been
Layla, would you mind taking this Christina Miros and walking over there with her, and we'll be back with you later.
She says, yes, I would love to do that. And then she takes it and deposits it. Are you taking both children or just Elvis?
Yeah, we should take... she should leave with Elvis.
I want to keep Ruby.
We should keep
I want to
Ruby.
keep Ruby, though.
Okay.
Yeah. We've created so many loose ends here, everyone. Because Elvis is now a loose end, as are my parents, as are every single castle guard.
The guards have like fallen in to defend your parents, and yes, everybody looks very confused. But at least your parents have a little bit of context from having been taken over by Miros, so they are not fully wild. But you still have one Miros who's not in a briefcase. So what are you doing with her? Are you taking her to the agency as well? Like, are you just...
Yeah, I was going to have Layla take her to the agency, since we stitched it together.
Yeah, I think that's great. And I think any roles I would ask Layla to do to defend against Christina trying to fuse with her, we will say succeeded.
3 quality assurances.
Yes, exactly.
To
she
make it
spends
stable.
all of them.
Cool, and that clearly writes off that character right now.
Yeah. So Layla heads back with Christina, which means somewhere here on Mars, there is a third Christina Miros.
So we know what time her stream is supposed to be?
Yes, it's
so
happening in an hour.
I checked my normal human cell phone. It has service because I'm right next to the agency.
Yes, you step one step to the right and you have phone service.
Okay, great. It looks like the stream starts in 1 hour. Parents, allow me to spend 40 minutes explaining to you what exactly went on here. And then we'll use the following 20 minutes to stop the final Christina Miros.
I know. So while Tyler is debriefing his parents, I had his mom's memories, and there were a couple of times when Christina like she specifically shook Daniel's hand. Can I I have access to those memories for an hour. Can I try to sort through them again to see if I have a distinct memory of shaking hands with anyone else?
Yeah, I would say in terms of shaking hands,
because earlier, like the physical interaction, like a hug was like not a very Martian thing to do. So I imagine that like physical contact, this is Riker's reasoning, that physical contact isn't really normal anyways. So like it would maybe stand out more to her than it would to me.
Yeah, I would say there's a couple memories since in the last week since she's been taken over. There's been a few times where the Queen and King have both tried to shake the hands or like make contact with people in a way that was just kind of strange to them. Like, oh, the King or Queen is trying to do this very not normal thing to me. So there's a couple of those moments. I would say that while you're searching through the main thing about Christina that keeps coming back, and the main thing you're able to hear from the parents' memory side as Christina is doing that thing where when she's relaxed, she just kind of talks out loud and through all of her bodies. And the thing that it keeps coming back to is that she's been setting up that base. She's been building the Miros Dome. And so if there's anywhere that she would have like a spot that she's set up, it would be there probably. And the dome is built around the edge of this large crater that's a little bit outside of Neo Yarrick.
And I have another question. What is the dome made of?
She is bringing materials from Earth, and what she is building it out of is a very cost-cutty hard plastic that she has made in combination with one of the like oil companies that she half owns.
Gotcha. I would like to ask the king and queen a question.
Okay.
I'm new here to your lovely planet. I couldn't help but notice, why no glass? Not a lot of glass here, huh? What's up with that?
Yes, well, most of the Martian terrain is a kind of dirt that is very high in iron and not the kind of sand that humans use to make glass. It's very expensive to import from Earth, as you can imagine, and we try to keep a low profile. So because we do not have many beaches, we do not have much sand, it is unusual for us to be able to craft out of glass.
Yeah, the only thing we really take from Earth is cows.
Oh, yes.
So many cows.
Yeah, don't talk to me until I've had my milk.
That's the secret Mars saying we always tell each other.
Mm-hmm. Hardly a secret in this household.
Oh, man.
And then you see her, she's looking really nervous. She pulls out of her pocket a drawing of a horse that has only rectangles used to draw it, like with a crayon. And then she rolls it up and she lights it.
Just smokes
like a cigarette. Oh my gosh.
She immediately looks calmer.
Okay. Yeah, I think we should probably go check out that dome. I have a feeling that that's probably where
oh, right.
this place is.
You all were previously Christina Miros. Did she have a key to the, I don't know, back door of the dome?
I don't.
That was just in their pocket?
Oh, yes, actually, we each have a backdoor key in case of emergencies.
She
had to get them on all of her bodies. And they both pull out key cards that say, written on them in Sharpie, backdoor only, do not lose.
Excellent.
It makes so much sense that Christina Miros was advertising on Grindr. This is a joke just for the chat. Anyway.
This is why you need to go to the live streams, future viewers. Quality Grindr jokes.
Yeah, it's true. Okay, yeah, I would want to then head to the dump. Like, if we're just calling it quits with the loose ends here.
I have a plan for the loose ends. Don't worry about it.
Okay. Yeah. So we're gonna go.
Is your plan for the loose ends right now, or is it?
No,
later?
It's much later.
Okay, so so you are all able to leave the town, and you are a go-kart is called for you to take you to the Miros Dome, and it is a very short drive away. It takes only a moment to get out of the city and over towards the crater where she had begun building. And you see there, yes, there is a large dome that is about 3/4 of the way built. It's a great thing you have a backdoor key, but the front of it has a big hole in it because it's not finished yet. And so the crater itself has been wrapped in this like partial cover that is not yet finished in construction. It's a big white like plastic dome.
Okay, so we're on Mars, which I know about, but this is human construction, which presumably you know about, Riker. Should we use our backdoor key, or should we just walk through the front door?
Well, I mean, I know my badge at the school, there was like a record when I used it, because I kept coming in really late and they got mad at me about it. So we might want to... Actually. Hey, Ruby, how do you feel about making a distraction?
Oh, we don't have to worry about a distraction. I can get us in. I just wanted to know if you wanted to use the front or back door.
Well, no, that's what I'm saying. Like, if there are logs for these badges and we badge in the back, then they'll call people to the back and we can come like through this way. But I'm wondering if we gave these to Ruby and Ruby just kind of went crazy badging them everywhere, they wouldn't really know where to look.
Interesting.
I think that sounds so fun.
Ruby,
Right, you get to run around a space facility and be crazy.
question for you, very quick, Ruby. I pull out a pen and a piece of paper.
She, as like without even thinking, she grabs that pen and she very quickly scribbles a drawing of Kirby.
And then I eat it.
Yeah.
I need burnout protection. You don't understand.
She says,
I'm power gaming by bringing a child with me.
I've been practicing Kirby every day.
Thank you. It's a delicious drawing, and that's only true if it was an incredible work of art. So I really do appreciate you.
Thank you so much. That's good to know. That's what I'll put it. I'll put it on my locker. I'll say tastiest drawings.
It is child labor. I'm so sorry, chat.
So here's the deal, Rubik's Cube. When you do this, go take these 2 badges, badge them like crazy all over this facility, everywhere you can, right? Just go nuts. But maybe leave a copy here, so when we're done, we can pick you up, I guess. I don't know.
Rubik's
You tell me.
Cube. That's funny. And she focuses for a second, and then like pop, 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 pop. You have like a set of like 3 red rubies, and then she also has yellow, blue, and green.
A green one. Greedy.
With her full outfit that she has, that's always very color coordinated, sort of split into all of them. And then she says, "Rubik's Cube," and she swipes the cards and runs to the back of the building.
As she's running away, like I just pictured this like little like army of small rubies. Riker's just gonna turn and look at Tyler, misty-eyed, like legitimately tearing up, and like look at Tyler and go, "That girl's the future, man."
They grow up so fast.
The Ruby who stayed says, "Thanks."
Oh shit!
Shit, I forgot you were here.
Fuck. Okay.
You told me to stay.
I know. I just don't look at me. Don't look at me.
Tyler,
Nerd.
Tyler, Riker, I haven't shown you this interesting thing I know how to do yet. And I just think you would find it nifty. So
If you're about to try and lay an egg, that is a bit much for me right now, my guy.
I do not know why you think I tried to lay an egg for you.
I don't know, man.
A single time.
You were just a guy. I was explaining the friends dynamic too.
And it was a very
Ross
cute little
is the
green
worst,
egg.
And now you're a
And
prince.
as you keep saying this, I'm going to go ahead and roll. Here's the actual ability I've never used. I'm going to go ahead and roll for silence. So open your mouth and emit a sound that adjusts frequency to cancel out the sounds you make. Roll subtlety. On a success, none of your actions make a sound until you make another roll. For each additional 3 above 1, you can silence the actions of 1 additional target within 10 feet of you.
Yeah, that's awesome.
So we're going to go ahead and roll that. And I got 2 3s. I have burnout on that, but I'm gonna use that. I just ate Ruby's drawing, so I could have burnout protection here.
That's great.
I planned. So I'm gonna cancel out the sounds me and Riker make.
Yeah, and Ruby will stay out of the dome waiting in case you return.
Yeah, perfect. And then you get
so-
4 more fucking chaos from us, bringing you to, I think, 24?
I'm up to 26.
26, Jesus.
I was at 22, and now I'm at 26. You, as you head toward this dome, you hear a variety of noises. when you enter the sort of like opening in it, you see that part of the dome on the inside has been like walled off with like a clear plastic that has a heavy bottom that's like sealed to the ground, so that like one half of it can be air conditioned and like used as offices and stuff, while the other half is still under construction. That's off to your left side. Up above you, there was a beautiful green line in the sky of like a Martian aurora that is sort of lighting this whole area, and the sort of dust on the ground is, given this green glow that is made even more powerful by the glow of Tyalar as they walk into this building. And you hear sounds of a kind of alarm noise, this like boo, 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 as people are rushing around trying to find this variety of rubies off to the side. You can feel confident that none of the workers here are going to come this way while Ruby is doing that. Out in front of you, there's this large broken dome. The crater itself is being filled in on this side. Part of why it's not done yet is that they're filling it in with soil. They've actually brought a bunch of earth dirt, so you can see this like coating of earth dirt that is being like piled up in this like Martian crater that creates this hard line as you step from the dust into this like squishy, loamy brown dirt. And you do not immediately see anything around here, but you do, like any person around here, but you are completely silent as you move.
Yeah, I think just because of how silence works, I just have my mouth open and I'm drooling, but I'm not making any sound. Just unhinged like a snake. Just
a little piece of paper stuck between your teeth.
Yeah.
That's very good. I think I want to try and make our way to like it's a construction site, so it's possible that they don't have this, but like on Earth there would be like a trailer where the site manager would be sitting in, and maybe if we're lucky there would be security cameras of the site that we could maybe get a look at. Do we see anything like that?
Yeah, absolutely. There's a kind of right on the other side of this tarp, like that has these sort of like zipper doors. You can see that there's a little booth set up there, and it's actually not even closed off yet. Someone has built like a little control center in this space, and there are some screens kind of visible on the other side of that plastic.
I would like to go to there.
Yeah, it's pretty easy to zip through. You feel this rush of cold air. Mars was surprisingly warm, but when you walk through there, finally the wool sweater feels like it has a use, because it's a chilly, air-conditioned environment. And these screens, it looks like it's a series of screens that have a series of small windows open on them, all attached to different security cameras. And there's just a very simple keyboard kind of attached to it and a computer terminal there.
Riker will, in the silence, look at the computer and then look at Tyler and then start talking. I don't know, man. Like, I don't know what I thought I'd do once I found it, but here I are. And I just pictured like the camera zooms out and it's just Riker talking and gesturing with his hands a ton.
Absolutely.
Like, at the computer.
Neither of us can make sounds currently.
Yeah, it's perfectly silent. Yeah, I would say you have two options. You can spend a lot of time here looking for this, or you can do something to reshape reality to try to find it faster.
Yeah, I want to reshape reality that whoever it's the person last using this didn't log out. So it's still logged in. Like they didn't practice proper security.
That's perfect. So that is going to be I think that's subtlety again.
Okay, I'm definitely going to use one of my burnout protections for this.
Yeah.
Okay. 1, 2, 3s. I don't want. I'm crap, and I can't. So yeah, it's 2 3s.
Okay, so I got 4. I'm up to 30.
Yeah. Oh my god. And then I want to click in, like, sit down at the computer. I want to try and like pull up either security cameras or something that I'm trying to find Christina. So if there's like agendas or something on this computer.
Well, good news. You log into Christina Miros's computer where she herself has failed to log out. And the Miros Corporation has patented and uses a very sophisticated facial recognition software used by governments around the world. And so you actually have access to a program that will scan these security cameras for Christina Miros's exact face.
Amazing.
You're able to do that, and you find that she is holed up in a specific, a sort of like panic room that is directly below this dirt area. In fact, she is like literally below the center of the crater. There is like a safe kind of door up above. There's also a tunnel that takes you there from the office buildings over to the side. So there's like a safe look, like a big like rotary lock door hiding in the dirt in the center that you're able to see through the way that it's like the camera is proportioned. You can see the thing up above, and then there's another hallway from over in the offices, like where Ruby is.
Cool. I'm gonna do something silly.
Oh no.
I'm gonna take a piece of paper and write on it really quickly.
So I can tell what you're saying.
And then I'm gonna draw a little pig on it and hand it to Tyler. And what it will say is, "I have a plan. Just trust me. Don't be weird."
Yeah. I'm just gonna nod.
Then I would like to use my move replace.
Whoa.
I want to choose the relationship of a specific target. I want it to be Christina, and I want to replace her assistant, Cameron.
Oh my god. Yeah. So Christina, you can see on this camera, so you're able to target her for sure. This is so cool.
Yeah.
You read the replace text for us.
Yeah, so I will roll presence. On a success, you have always been that person, and all memories that they had with that person now feature you instead. This lasts until the end of the mission, or until you end it. The target remembers the changes. On every third 3, choose one. You can also access those memories for the duration of the replacement. At the end of the effect, they'll remember all interactions with you as if it had been the person you replaced. You can adopt one feature of the person you're replacing, as in borrow. On a failure, this replacement is permanent. You must replace one of your relationships with this person immediately or leave them behind as an especially powerful loose end. The person you replaced remembers everything. So essentially, if this doesn't work, Riker works for Christina.
Yes, and Cameron will remember that this has been stolen from him.
Yes.
So I think that's amazing, and I would love to see the roll. Do you have points in this? You do, right?
I do. I have so many in presence. I have 3 in presence. Well, 2 now because I spent 1. But
yeah.
Yes. I'm so nervous. 1, 2, and I'm gonna burn a presence to make it an even 3 for no chaos.
Okay.
At this point, what hurts if we keep giving Caleb chaos?
I'm not gonna do it. You can be willy-nilly about it, but I'm not gonna.
No, you're doing the right thing. You're doing the right thing.
I'm sitting on 30. I love it.
Yeah, it's too many. Yeah. So I'm gonna walk down to where this tunnel is. I'd also hold up a finger, go grab it, and like add just like to the note. She needs to be able to hear me, so I'm gonna walk ahead. Okay.
I think when you walk ahead, I'm going to do something behind you.
Nice.
We're splitting up the party here, folks. I think when you walk away, I'm gonna start looking. So Christina's planning to like show off like what the Triangle Agency is. She's trying to like unmask them or whatever. Is my read here. So I want to see if she has any like evidence.
Yes, yeah, absolutely. So as you're sort of moving through those security cameras to look for what else is in this complex, you don't see any concrete hard evidence in front of you, except that there is a file on this computer. It's local on this computer, which makes you think there might be more copies of a series of selfies that Christina has taken with herself, and a like extensive like dossier that she has kept on everybody that went to Little Ruby Ranch, and also footage of the two of you dying.
Okay, cool. What I want to do in this case then is I want to manipulate reality. And tell me if this is too much, but I would like to give her more evidence.
Okay.
I would like to give her the like paperwork from like when the agency, you know, like unofficially incorporated or whatever. I would like to just give her the original copies of those.
Okay. Of when the agency incorporated, or when they took the ranch?
When the agency itself was formed. She did.
Okay, yeah,
she did some like extensive deep diving here.
Yeah. Well, I don't think you would have access to that. The agency wouldn't give you that. They wouldn't give you the information.
Oh, that's fair. I forgot the agency has to give it to me. Okay, yeah. No worries.
That's only because when they were formed, a thing that they do not want you specifically to know. You get actually as you try this like not available, cannot do this.
Okay, cool.
This feeling in your head.
No worries. I'll come back to this plan.
Okay. All right. Well, as you're adjusting for this plan, Riker, you walk up to the edge of this hallway. There is a small camera up in the corner, and there is a pad for a like handprint situation, and like a buzzer for if you need to contact the person inside. And there's a door that looks very heavily locked down.
Yeah, I'm just gonna press the buzzer. Do I get the sense it's a mic or that it's like a doorbell?
Yeah, that it's like a mic.
I'm gonna press it. Hey, boss. I just have some news. Want to come break that really important news that you pay me money about to do the thing.
Riker, you're finally here. I've been having to do everything myself today. And there is a buzz, a beep, and the door immediately unlocks. Thank God.
Yeah. Riker walks in. Oh yeah, nice shoes there. Anyways, so I'm here. That's the news. Congratulations. Where do you want me to get started?
Yes, well, I have no idea how to use this TikTok, these streaming apps, and I would like to be on as many of them as possible in about 15 minutes at this point. So if you could just make sure we're all set up, that would be great. And she sort of is like looks up from her phone and says, "Oh, I forgot that we had gotten you a rocket this way. You got here very fast."
Yeah, I just I can't assist in such an important task from Earth, you know what I mean? Like, right-hand man's got to be attached, so to speak.
This is a person who is used to having everything go her way even when she doesn't ask for it. Mm-hmm. And in this moment, you see all concern evaporate in the face of years and years of confident ego and control of people around her. And the fact that it would have taken you months to get here is put away in the face of her this knowledge. And she says, great. Then yeah, please get us set up. I can't leave here because there are some of the agents have made it to Mars, which I didn't think they would be able to do. And so they are coming for me and potentially going to kill me. Oh,
that's a bummer. Have you thought about maybe just not doing this?
She narrows her eyes at you. Why would I do that?
Well, for your personal safety. How is the company supposed to exist if you put yourself at so much risk?
You are thinking too small. I did not get to where I am today by not taking risks. I didn't get to where I am today by not seeing the opportunities and seizing them. This is a place. They have been undercover for years. They can't be making that much money. If we put them in a bad position, we press them when we need to. And while I'm losing a few of them today because they've been sending agents to all of my duplicates on Earth, with enough time and enough money and enough pressure, we'll own them just like the rest.
I mean, I get it. I'm clearly on board. I just worry about you particularly. You know what I mean? I think you have the vision to lead the company forward. I don't know if anyone else does. So if we lose you, what's left?
She turns to look at you, and you notice something strange in that moment as she turns her head. Kind of like what happened before when they were splitting, but from the king. She leaves behind these like kind of impressions of herself that a second later fold back in, almost like onion skinning in animation. There's this like shift, and she makes a wince like that was uncomfortable for her. And as she shudders, there's more of that like warble of her like flesh. And then she says, "No, I need that sheep."
Okay. Shit. Okay. I'm just gonna kind of nod and move over to where they've got like everything set up, to kind of like do this live stream, so to speak. And I would like to, and this at this point we said it was going to be in an hour, right?
Mm-hmm. Well, now it's about
like
about
15
10 minutes away. Yeah.
10 minutes. Okay, perfect. Let's see. What are my stats? Okay. Yeah, okay. Happy to get this set up for you. Can you do me a favor, and just go over there and make sure that mic over there is working. I got a memo, something about some of the cables on the way up got swapped around. I just want to make sure that they've actually got this set up.
No, I'm not going to check something. You do it, Cameron.
Well, I understand, but this will help test your voice levels because I'm not going to be giving such an important speech. You will. So I need to EQ in your voice.
I'm sure that you know the volume at which I speak. Please.
I mean, okay, if that's what you want.
Yeah, do it.
Just mark that demerit really quick.
The second boom feels in your head as the agency gives you that demerit.
I would like to warp reality then.
Yes.
If I'm using the microphone, I would like to warp reality so that without like touching it at all. Well, time out. I'll want to test it. I mean, like test 1 2 3. Yep, it's great. But then I would like to warp reality that microphone doesn't feed in at all, and that there's a second microphone back at like the sound area that is actually mic'd up.
That's great. Like the one that's over by the computer that we left Pylar by last we talked. Do you want to put the microphone over that way? Okay.
Yes.
And then as you do this, as you're fiddling with the microphone, Tyler, what have you been doing during this time?
I think I've been watching on the camera to get like an idea of what's going on here. And I think now that I have an idea of what's going on here, I am waiting so patiently for her to say something into this mic. So I'm just sitting mostly.
Cool. You're just waiting. And then so Riker, what's your next step?
Let her start her speech.
Yeah. Yeah, I think I'm gonna go and sit down at the booth and be like, all right, well, we're gonna be doing the thing. Do you want to take a step over there and tell the world how it's forever gonna be different?
Yes, I'm glad that we're getting this done now. They could be here any minute, and as long as we get this out there, that's what matters. And she sort of wiggles, and more of her are sort of splitting aside, and then she sort of like pulls back in from this form that like stretches out with every movement as she moves across the room. Like you see like a full elongated, like long exposure shot of her on a photograph almost when she moves, where she leaves a little frame every single step, and then they all like stuck back in at the microphone. And she says, she clears her throat and begins to speak.
Cool. Question real fast. So I'm at the computer. I'm obviously able to watch her. Could she, if I like spoke into the console in front of me, could she also hear me?
No, I think that this manipulation that Riker is doing. Oh, did we have you roll? We maybe didn't even roll. But This is a this is going to be a, I think it's a duplicity. You're doing it to
Hell
try
yeah.
to hide it.
That is 1, 2, 3, 4.
Nice. So just 2 for me, and
Rip, rip.
I'm up to 32, and you she wouldn't be able to hear you. It's been morphed such that she thinks she's even seeing maybe her own waveform as if it's happening, but it has been
Anything she says is not going to be picked up by the audience.
Yeah.
Okay.
What's said into the mic up with you is what the audience will hear.
Oh, what's said into my mic is what the audience is gonna hear. Okay.
Yes.
Cool. I don't know if this is gonna work, so I'm willing to warp reality as needed to make this situation works out. But I think as she finishes her speech, oh no, because it comes from the target. Okay.
Well, what do you think? Well, let's talk through it. What are you trying to do?
Yeah, what I would like to do is I would like to use say again to then just reform the thing she's saying to her live audience. But because they can't hear her, I might need to warp reality, give myself like a switch so that we can make it so that people can actually hear her, something to that effect.
I'd say for this case, because you're going to use the skill, and I think that it's a very close to the original sense, I don't mind the idea that you're using say again and then putting it through your voice the way that the other one did. Normally this wouldn't work, but I think that's a fun image
cool,
of her talking and then you talking with her voice. And you're a whisperer, so that makes the combination of all your skills, that makes a lot of sense.
Yeah,
So
I
let's
feel
just roll
like
say again.
I feel like it works generally here. Okay, cool. In that case, I'm gonna roll presence, which I have 3 in. Let me get over here. Let me click that. Okay, cool. We're gonna go ahead and roll presence and 3. We got 1 3, 2 3s. And then I'm gonna blow one of my points in presence to make that stable.
Okay.
So that's 3 3s at least. Let me look at. Oh yeah, it's only on Transcendence. Okay, cool. So what I'm gonna say in my voice in that case is, or what I'm gonna say in her voice is something to the effect of like, greetings, everyone. I'm a big liar. I have nothing to reveal today. That's all for my time. Thank you.
In the seconds after this happens, you read this out loud. It gets transmitted to Earth through freshly patented, very quick transmission Miros equipment to be publicized live on television down on Earth. Riker, what are you doing in the seconds following?
I am immediately cutting the stream because I would also like for like the TikTok or whatever, I want to make sure that there's like a filter on it. So her weird warping around just looks like a cool video effect.
That's great.
But I'm going to close that, like, oh, yep, great live stream. All the comments were super supportive, very positive. Great energy, by the way.
She gets a ping on her phone, and another ping, and a ping after that. And within seconds, she sees...
Before she can look at it,
yeah,
I want to use Can I Try to check her phone.
All right. All right. Read Can I Try to. I don't think we've done this one yet.
Yeah. So never hurts to ask. I roll initiative. On a success, the person stops whatever they were doing or were about to do or are gatekeeping to let you do it instead, i.e. sit on the bus, take the fire extinguisher, pull the lever, deciding who lives or dies. They're happy to step aside. On every third 3, choose 1. An ally of yours can also participate or go before the target. You can do another activity they would normally not let you do. You can give the target something to do in the meantime. On a failure, they do not allow you to try. And when you think about the activity you intended to do, you get so tired, too tired to even consider doing that activity for the rest of the mission.
I think that's great. Let's roll.
Yes, awesome. And I have
Do you have
plus 3
points for this?
initiative.
Yeah, you do.
Yeah, I have plus 3 initiative, which is great. Let's see. That is a 3. If I spend 2, that's when I get the additional level
Stable.
at least,
Yeah.
right?
Oh, yeah. When you get the thing, yes. Yeah.
So yeah, I want to make it stable, and I want to get some of these extras. I want to get them to do something they normally would not let me do.
Yes.
And I also want to give the target something to do in the meantime, because that'll give me a commendation
I
for
think that's
making someone
awesome.
do
Uh-huh.
what I want them to do. And so I would like I would like her to instead of checking her phone, I would like her to sit in the corner and think about what she's done. Not in a malicious way, but kind
Yes.
of.
No, in a malicious way.
She hands you her phone
uh,
and she says, "Track it for me. I'm
Gonna sit in the corner and
just
think
need
about
to
what I've done.
I need to think for a while over here in the corner."
And then I would like her the thing that she wouldn't normally let me do, I think is send an email on her behalf. Or no, normally I can send as an assistant, I can send emails on her behalf, but I would like to send an email as her.
Yeah. She says, "And I haven't sent the press release yet. Do you mind pushing that through?"
Yeah, I'd love to take care of that. And I want to take her phone.
She
And
sits
do
in
a
the corner and
crime.
she's like, Wow. Wow. I've really done some things today. And generally, I've done so many things. My life up to this point has been honestly beautiful and rich. I've done so many things that people haven't gotten to do. I was rich. It's just been a good one. It's been a good one for old Christina Miros, and it'll only get better.
As she's doing this, I'm writing the press release email that's like, "What's up, losers? I'm totally over business, and I don't want to do any business, especially yours, anymore." Poop emoji. I'm totally out of here, you dumb fucks. I can't believe you gave me all your money. I am gonna retire forever on Mars, and I'm going to start my own cult, and it's gonna be sick with the little tongue out emoji, money eyes.
Bing, 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 bing. We see a sudden smash cut to 1,000 different boardrooms and offices and other CEOs and fill-in CFOs of many different businesses, all receiving a series of poop emojis to their phone. And each of them seeing, wow, Christina has canceled this business. She's not doing this business anymore. I can't believe she did a big prank on everybody and lied about Mars. But one of the remaining surviving copies of Christina, in the moment she is being eliminated by a grow agent somewhere else who has a bunch of swords coming out of their chest, ripping it up, checks her phone and sees this sent message. And at that exact moment, this Christina looks up from her reverie, confused and frustrated. And as her body with the emotion fills in that second, she pops, and I'm spending 27 chaos.
Holy shit. Riker gets eviscerated.
We are going down to 5 chaos, and I am creating 9 minor anomalies because I'm able to make 3 for 9 points. So I am making 9 minor anomalies as Christina pops into 6 slightly distorted and warped versions of herself. Imagine whenever you see frames of Aladdin, the smear frames, there's 6 of her, and they're all different smear frames of Christina Miros that freezes and stops in place. Each of them is a violent anomaly. Their weird contortions are sharp and curved and dangerous in ways that are impossible to even look at for too long. And these 9 of them all dive toward you, Riker, with an attack that will be 2 threat against your 4 possible stability. So if you would like,
are they separate anomalies?
Yes. They are all separate minor anomalies.
What are my options?
You have a chance to respond right now. So all 9 of them are coming at you. You can basically do one thing. You can do an ability. You could try reshaping reality in some way. And if you succeed, you can, in a way that would stop all 9 of them, then you'll be okay for a second. Or if you eliminate one of them, you could. But there are 9 of them. And so after you do something, I'm doing 9 things.
Okay. I want to explain to you what I would like to do.
All right.
I understand that I may be hurt by this.
Mm-hmm.
Riker wants to run for the tunnel exit. Correct in my mind. I want to make sure I'm visualizing this correctly. We are at the bottom of a crater that was being filled in. right?
Yes.
So
And there's
there
a
is
room underneath it that has this roof on top that's got dirt above it.
Yeah, I would like to run for the door and shift reality as I do. I want that really crappy plastic that they made everything out of to be biodegradable. And it's been sitting under all this wet, dirty, lusty, just horrible dirt.
Lusty?
And I want it, yeah, it's the wrong word. It's fine. It's really sexy dirt.
So
The hot
nice.
dirt.
Blow
this-
me.
and I want it to just crush this room with all of them in it.
I love that idea. So you are going to be, for that, rolling dynamism. This is a moment of intense action.
Yes, and I think I have I think I have that. I do. I have one. Excellent.
All right.
That's 3. That's Transcendence, baby.
Nice. So with Transcendence,
Holy
you
shit.
run for the door and are able to open that up, and then describe to me what happens in this room.
Yeah, I book it. Like I see them split and I go, I quit. I run for the door. And as I do, you hear that the buckle of, like, it sounds like a car wreck, honestly, as the roof sort of breaks open and just dumps however many tons of dirt there are in there on top of all of these anomalies.
So as this dirt falls, this immediately crushes the three of them in the center of the room that were all like diving most for you. You dodge out of the way and those 3 crush. I am going to spend 1 chaos to use distort. And as that dirt falls down on them and they are able to find time, an object or location is changed in a mundane way. These anomalies congeal together enough to create like a block above them from the rest of the dirt, and they carve forward. Tyalar, as Riker is running down a hallway, you see lifting up and splitting 6 distorted Christina Miroses going, I should have known these stupid agents and these useless powers. She flings herself up and she sees you, and all 6 of them say, you.
Me? Me? So there's 6 of them. I really hate to do this. I'm just gonna like Bruce Lee, like bring it on.
You're just gonna pose and get ready?
Yeah, I'm just gonna get ready.
All right.
What I will actually do is I'm gonna use perfect comeback. When someone or something targets you and intends to harm or hurt my feelings, I have just the right thing to say. Roll professionalism.
Amazing.
Let's roll it.
On a success, I can embarrass, call them out, taunt, or flirt with them. On 6 3s or more, depending on the situation, I can script, direct. There's a bunch of things I can do. It's truly so many abilities. I'm not going to read the whole thing right now. But hell yeah, that's Transcendence.
Yes! Oh my gosh. Okay,
We're
so
so lucky.
Transcendence means you have as many
As many
points
3s
you
as I
want.
would like. Correct?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
So on a success, I'm gonna flirt. I turn around on them, and their disdain begins to move into adoration. And then on 6 3s or more, depending on the situation, I can either script or direct. Sorry, this is such a long ability. It's gonna take me a second.
Yes.
Here.
Yeah, this one has a lot.
Let me put it up on screen at least. There we go. Cool. If this was not nonviolent, so direct. If the initial situation wasn't intended harm, just how to string this person along. Next 3 sentences you say to them have powerful suggested subtext, which they will be inclined to follow. You could choose new targets, activate additional effects above, or distract them and reduce them else entirely. Okay. So what I would like to do is I would like to imply to the Christina Miroses, that we really should go back to my place. I know a shortcut. And I want them just to follow me to the palace. It'll be fine.
Yeah. Yes. You use flirt. All these Christinas who are like, you see that at the very end, you react instantaneously. It shifts to you, and all
normal human flirting.
all
Finger
6 of
guns.
them.
Winking.
One of them with 2 giant spread out eyes. One of them with like a wide array of arms that is just like skittering along the ground. And all of them kind of like move toward you, and you are able to tell them to follow you, and she does. All 6 of them begin to move with you, and at that time, Riker, you come up out of that hallway, and you run right into a blue ruby who says, "I made a big mess."
I'm so proud of you. I did too. grab Ruby's hand and start running for the Ruby outside.
Yes, as you do, more rubies start coming in from other doorways, and they're like, "I knocked out a guy. I locked him in that room. I destroyed.
I sent an
everything
email with
in that room."
27 swears and 14 shit emojis.
I'm not even allowed to do any of that.
She's too young to use the shit emoji.
as you go, they're all kind of streaming forward and popping into Ruby as they like arrive next to you and you're holding hands. They all sort of make their way up. As Tyler, you are leading these other 6 to the palace, I guess.
Yeah, so
are they all piling on a go-kart with you?
Yeah, the palace famously right now is currently stitched to agency headquarters.
Yeah.
Permanently. So my plan is just to walk them right through the front door of the agency. But yeah, no, I pile them all on a go-kart.
That's
me and my 6 girlfriends, who are
So
all one big girlfriend.
As that's happening, and it's perfect and it's easy, and I'm not going to get in your way because there's nothing to get in your way about. That plan is perfect, and your ability worked great. Riker, is there anything else you are doing as you collect all these rubies other than just following them?
As I see Christina leaving, I want to one last time use borrow really quickly.
Okay.
And I would like to borrow her voice.
Oh shit.
Christina's voice? Yeah.
Yeah.
Are you me?
So I'm gonna roll duplicity. There's 1.
I can't believe we got Caleb.
I'm gonna use my remaining 2 duplicity to make this 3 for no chaos.
Okay.
So I would like I have the other things, but I just don't think I'm gonna need them. I want to run to like I guess I want to alter reality as well. You know, in like a grocery store, how they have the phones on the pillars that you can pick up and you can call the store and like talk over the intercom. I want one of those to be right there as we're running.
I think that's great. And because you're specifically getting phone service now from the agency opening, you can it can connect to regular Earth places as well if you need.
Okay. Yes. Realistically, it's just for the people here on the Mars. Because I want to ensure they just saw a bunch of little rubies running around, so I'm trying to like damage.
Something great.
control.
Yeah. You can do the PA at the dome.
Cool. So, what do we want me to roll for making that phone exist?
Right now, nothing. Let's just do it. Let's go.
Okay. Sick. Yeah. I'm gonna roll up to the phone and I'm gonna come over the intercom and be like, "Hi, it's your boss, Christina. I just want to thank all of you in participating in our very cool and neat game of tag. I want to thank the Ruby Rockettes for coming in and assisting us with this exercise. I believe engineering. Very good. I believe engineering won by coming closest to catching all the Rockettes. They will all be receiving bonus checks in the mail." Congratulations, engineering. Also, take the day off. And, in fact, take the week off. And you guys have been up here a long time. It's time to go home and see your families. Remember, nothing is more important than spending time with the people that you love. So get aboard those ships and get out of here because Christina Mires is out.
You see we see one of the workers rolling his eyes, and he's like, "Ugh, Christina always forgets that it literally takes months to get to Earth. What, the week off? Like, what is she talking about?" But that's classic Christina. And Ruby goes, "None of them caught me. Not even one of them did."
Of course they didn't. Skills. And I'm gonna put my hands up for a fist bump. I'm just doing that so they won't think it's like a weird thing that happened, and like we're covering our tracks. You know what I mean?
Cool. Everybody back at school is going to be so mad that I got to do a real mission already.
Yeah. Wait. Do you want me? Is there anything you want me to say? I can do the voice.
Oh,
Is there
no,
anything you
no.
wanna-
No, she's not cool, so it doesn't matter what she says about me.
Butts. Then we run.
Poop emoji. Poop emoji.
The 6 Christinas, unsure what's happening to them in that moment, are all led into the receiving room, where conveniently in the throne room, that space for a briefcase widens and opens, and it shifts the whole it looks like a perfectly normal like plaster wall, but it shifts and morphs to be exactly the shape of those Christinas as they walk through the hole as you lead them to it, and you know that they are being taken and put somewhere in the vault down below. There is a moment of relaxation, and you both receive a sort of a feeling and a ping on your phones telling you that you get a big bonus of 20 commendations each.
I would like to talk to my boss real quick.
To Trina?
Yeah, I'd love to talk to
Yeah.
Trina real fast.
Yeah, you're welcome to call her anytime.
Yeah, great. Well, I can just walk into the agency at this point. So I'm just
Yes,
going to walk
yeah,
into
you
the
can just walk
agency
in.
and have a face-to-face conversation with her. Riker, I'll invite you to come with me.
Yeah, I guess Riker's gonna. That's the most efficient way to get home is through the thing.
We're leaving our
he'll-
car here.
Yeah, leaving the space. I mean, it's
Mary
a
has to make a
permanent.
whole nother one.
Poor Mary. But like the entire time, just listening to Ruby tell him about all of the different ways that she outsmarted all of them grown-ups, and just cheering her on and asking.
one of them a wedgie. And then another one, I told him that all 3 of me would beat him up unless he said something funny about the other one. And he revealed that the other one was always cheating at cards, which was kind of a lame one, but it was still fun.
That is very fun. I do like that.
Yeah.
How many wallets did you get?
Oh my gosh, look at this. And she opens up. She actually has a new bag that you hadn't seen before, this like big duffel bag. She opens it up and it's just full of like, there's a trophy in there. There's a series of wallets. There's somebody's webcam. There's like a laptop. She's like, listen, it was all just sitting out there.
Listen, you did good. You did real good, kid. I'm gonna go do this meeting, this boring meeting, and then I'll come say goodbye. Sound good?
Sounds good. I'm gonna go.
All right.
Yeah.
All right,
Downstairs.
later, Rubix. I'll see you in a sec.
She waves, and you see as she walks away that her outfit and her ribbon, instead of just being red now, has all of the colors in it.
Ruby
So
and the
cute.
rainbow ribbon. Yeah, I'm just gonna come look for Trina real fast to be like, Trina, hello. I believe we did good on the job we just did.
Hello, you did. You come in on her. She has a butter knife in one hand. There is a napkin on the conference table, and she's cutting a gummy worm in half.
Shane, I had a question. As maybe thank you for doing so good at our job. This is a normal sort of like human interaction, is talking to your boss about stuff like this. Could I see a copy of the employment contracts for our team?
No.
Sorry, can you say that again? If you don't think I'm gonna roll presents every fucking time I can, Caleb.
No. Go for it.
All right. I still have 3 presents. I haven't managed to use it. Cool. I rolled 1 3. I'm gonna blow 2 presents to make that stable. And Trina's instead going to say, "Of course. Let me go get those contracts for you."
Of course. Let me go get those contracts for you. Tyler, you would know, maybe, so I'll give you a chance if you'd like, that using your powers against the agency, if they were to find that out, is a potentially like vault-worthy permanent mistake.
Yeah, no worries. I got this.
Okay. She steps out of the conference room, leaving half of the gummy worm uneaten and on the table. And she walks out of the room and disappears for a long time. 10 minutes and then 15. and then 20.
Riker, if you
And
want to
then
leave,
finally-
now's probably a good time.
No, I think Riker's gonna. I want to use this. Riker's gonna. What are you doing? Why do you want to see the contract?
Oh, I have some loose ends to tie up. Just knowing how our employment works, important for me.
What do you mean? Be specific.
Oh,
What do you?
nothing I can say right now. Don't worry about it.
Okay, is this gonna like affect me?
Potentially. It's a good effect, though. Don't worry about it.
I mean, okay. All right.
After 20 minutes, finally, she returns. And she places on the table on either side of this napkin with the gummy worm 2 pieces of paper. These are forms. The top has your name.
Mm-hmm.
The form under that says currently currently in the orientation phase of field work. Employment duration, eternal.
Mm-hmm.
Signed, and you are unable to look directly at the signature.
Yeah, no worries. I'd just like to take these real fast. And hey, Caleb, I'm going to use an ability that I just got recently called Dracula's Coffin.
Okay, you're just going to take them with you?
Yeah, I'm just going to take them with me.
Okay. Dracula's Coffin is, it exists in the agency. It is an object that you have access to now that you're a gravedigger.
Mm-hmm.
And it exists beneath the building in a deep basement. You are able to head on an elevator with clearance that you have. You press the G, and it takes you down.
For grave, right?
Yes.
Where are we going? What's happening?
Oh,
what are we doing?
So recently I stopped being a clown and I started being a gravedigger. This is the thing I told you about, right? Under all the sexy earth, we go to the grave down here.
Yeah. Yeah. You're into some weird stuff on the internet.
You were the one who said lustful dirt or something. I thought that was a normal human. Anyway, we should keep moving. And we head to Dracula's Coffin down here. So once per mission, I can exhume Dracula's coffin and place something inside that can fit. When the coffin's returned to the dirt, whatever you placed inside never existed, all memories are erased, and every effect it had on the world is ascribed to other sources. And hey, friends, I'm going to tie up all of our loose ends. Maybe all the loose ends we've ever made.
Yeah, there's 2 woes here. One, that's 2 objects.
Oh no, that is 2 objects.
Correct.
I stapled them together.
I think like we walk in and like you just pull up this weird coffin. Riker's gonna look at you and be like, "Whoa, man, no! What is this?"
Oh,
like,
Dracula's in here. You were very into human movie Dracula.
Well, yeah. I mean, listen, we don't have time to talk about it. What are you doing, Tyler?
Okay, look, our employment lasts forever. And they killed me, and they brought me back, and they made them keep working for them. And I don't think I'm okay with it. I'd like to go home now.
I mean, okay, but so you were gonna put your contract in there and then just be forgotten?
Yeah. Well, you won't forget who I am because we were roommates, you see.
Uh-huh.
So we'll still have all of our great roommate memories. You just won't remember that I used to work this job with you. And that's probably good because, then you'd have to remember I also died.
Right. I don't want you to put mine in there.
I don't have to put yours in there. I'll just put mine in there.
I kind of don't want you to put yours in there, but I get it. It's heavy, buddy. But does this mean, will you remember?
No. But I'll remember being roommates. We were great roommates.
Okay. All right, that's fine.
I dropped my contract in Dracula's coffin.
What Keegan is accidentally representing for us is something that we haven't talked about and that I haven't actually given to them, but in roleplay you've hit on, which is that Triangle Agency is a game where your character does at some point have to pick where the rest of their life goes. And we've been playing at an accelerated rate. And at this point, with the amount of time you've been able to spend and the way that you've expanded your character, you would unlock a couple of ways you could leave. And one of them is that you can quit. So, Tylar, this is a very dramatic and cool way to do it because it means that the agency doesn't know right away this has happened to you. But it will mean that at the second, this is going to affect you too, I think. And that's at the second you do this, Tyler, you will be back in your regular life as a Martian on Earth, and the agency will not know about you.
Perfect.
All right. Oh gosh, now I have to think of how to wrap this up. I know we're a little past time, but I want us to.
We're
I want us to.
You're
do
good.
This is really
We're good.
This is really, really cool, Keegan. Thank you.
Yeah.
The coffin rests, and as reality is shaped by the effect, this deep power that exists in this requisition, this object that is like ancient and has been building this anomalous power over time. It has this vast effect it's global, it's potentially galactic in this case. It expands out, and both of you, though you don't feel it, experience a cut. This room, this moment, Tylar, it is just black. It is all gone. And when we return, and when we see it, and when you are all back to noticing what has happened, Riker, you have succeeded very bravely and heroically after Layla got one of them. You and Ruby together took apart the rest of the Christina Miroses. You found them, you brought them back. Using your power, you were able to complete this mission all on your own. You received this huge bonus, and actually the agency is fast-tracking you to promotions. This is like huge. This is an enormous success that you had solo. You took one of the biggest threats to the agency in ages and did it yourself. You receive a huge raise. Your life, your quality of life improves almost immediately. You and Ruby are able to be like friends and connected anytime you would like. And Tylar is not there in any of these memories, and you cannot tell Tylar about your job. But you have your fun Martian roommate. The two of you know each other and have for a while. And Tylar, I mean, you tell me, how do you spend your life if you didn't get caught by the agency?
You know, I think on some level, the thing that I lost my memories of being in the agency, but like, I did go on a trip back home, and I don't remember a lot of the details on it, but like, you know, my parents know I'm alive. I think we go back to, I apologize to Mary for, I don't know, wrecking the car. And I help her rebuild it. And I think we see Tylar out of the agency finally, but like splitting time between Earth and Mars. Mm-hmm. And maybe eventually being like, hey, maybe we tell Earth that we're here.
Yeah.
It hasn't been so bad. You can have roommates on Earth.
You were given this chance, at least for a short while, at a really interesting and dynamic and regular life. Your power kind of bubbling back up. Your memory of the power coming back as your power returns to you, but the agency itself not. Riker, how do you react to these changes, and what happens to your life in the moments after this?
I think with the extra accommodations and kind of like the bump in Riker's career, I think that does I think that helps him kind of like understand where he wants to be, what he wants to do, right? Like he did something, and like it mattered, it was important, right? And I think that helps kind of fill the void that he's been trying to figure out, right? Like none of the mundane day-to-day tasks has done that for him. But I also think that there's like a lurking suspicion that something's gone horribly awry. Like there's no way that he did that like on his own. You know what I mean? Like there's that crappy little voice in the back of his head that's always telling him like, no way, man, no way. And I think like he would approach Trina and try to shift away from field work and like that sort of a thing and move into training agents, right? Try to become an educator, combine his real life experience more thoroughly into the job, make it easier to hide what he's doing from like his roommates and stuff like that, and try to push his career in that direction.
So this will matter to some people on this stream when they read the game in months from now. But would you say that you're going for a career at the agency?
Yeah, I think so. I think watching Ruby, like meeting Ruby, going through that whole experience, and then like coming out of the end, like bringing down one of the largest threats with this incredible little girl, like has helped him realize like there are people. The agency found him later in life, but they found Ruby early enough that like she doesn't have to go through like the crappy stuff. He wants, like, we're talking full Professor X, like he wants to like find the anomaly kids and like help them through this really confusing thing.
Ugh, comparing yourself to Professor X in this moment also giving me a little bit of chills because this is just really good. You become a teacher at the Triangle Academy. You are uplifted through your time at fieldwork and through this incredible achievement. You are given this job offer of exactly what you want, the chance to become a teacher of these young students, these children found with anomalous power early on, who will themselves be trained to eventually become field agents and other people in the agency itself. And I think what I want to leave on is kind of an abstract idea, an image, which is that there is this sense on Earth that a great tear has been avoided. There was a moment where the opportunity for what Christina Miros wanted to do would have exposed such a vast amount of information that the potential for reality to stay on the course that it was on would have been irrevocably shifted. But the actions that you've taken and the success that you've made has made sure that the Earth stabilizes and the world, the galaxy now, stabilizes such that the agency is able to move forward. And with one very powerful and very promising agent leaving, they lose a little bit of access to a future. And with one staying and becoming a career, they gain just a little bit of power over the world. And I think this is not something that I have prepared or a thing that I can really have a response to at this moment, but you receive a little while later, Tyalar, months later, maybe even a year or two, you finally receive a letter in the mail. It is in a very simple envelope that has your address on Mars printed like 6 times on it. Like someone stamped it a bunch of times for some reason. And when you flip it over, all you see is a wax seal of blue wax with an eyeball stamped in the center of it. And as you contemplate whether or not to open that envelope, I think we cut.
It's definitely Elvis's prom photo. You're right, Sean. What a good game.
So good.
Thank you so much for playing with me. Y'all are amazing. And hopefully you're watching this eventually. Petty, you were amazing as well. It was so nice to play with you. This is the first time I got to do this many games in a row, this consistently, and it was such a blast for me to get to prep every week. So thank you so much. Yeah. I'm feeling so many feelings right now. Very emotional.
I have a few minutes. Normally we would be like, hey, we have like a hard out now. But Sarah, if you have a few.
No, we're good.
And Caleb.
Yeah, I absolutely do.
Okay, cool. This was so much fun. I love doing this. This was so. I don't know if I think we mentioned it session 1, but I'll mention it again. We got to play Triangle Agency during PAX Unplugged, and we were immediately like, we gotta do a whole series. I've been so looking forward to getting to play it more.
This was my first public game was with y'all, and now my first like mini campaign was with y'all, and I cannot ask for like the the way y'all have embraced and used the abilities and the mechanics and thought about them in such a kind and generous way and used them as they're written in this really amazing way is like been emotional for me every week, because I leave thinking like, wow, I'm seeing people play the game and it's exactly what I had dreamed.
That's so exciting, like as a player too, because it's fun to do. Like it's fun to engage with it, like as it's written, as it's intended, right? Like not like it leaves all of the role playing and world building and all of that silliness like open to interact with. Like I don't feel like there are gates that I have to pass through in order to do it. And even if like the rolls don't go my way, the silliness still happens. Like the fun is still there regardless of like success or failure. And I really like that. I think that like this is legitimately a fun game to engage with and like think about like, how can I use this ability? How can I warp reality? How can I make this work for me in a way that like doesn't make things worse? Like the unintended consequences of every action, both good and bad, and having to like be thoughtful of those and kind of embrace them as they come really drives that like that improv piece, right? Because like even when you think you've got it figured out, there might be a piece or a slip or your game master has 47 chaos points. Like, you know what I mean? It's legitimately just so much fun to engage with. And like when a game makes me care about my character from the jump and enables me to like build relationships with like my fellow players and like NPCs within the first session, like I'm in. This is a very good game. You've done a very, very good job and you crushed running it. Like it's been so fun.
Thank you. I feel a great weight lifted off me at this moment.
You're like truly so good.
It's been so fun. It is so hard to GM multiple sessions like live like this and stream it. Like it is honestly such a feat. You did such a good job with it.
Thank you. And I want to say before we cut off a couple of things just so that in case anybody's watching later, I know a lot of people here know already, but kickstarter.hauntedtable.games will take you to our Kickstarter page when it launches. Right now, we've bumped a little bit from the date that we announced a few months ago. It's just 3 days. We're going to start on June 6th rather than June 3rd is our current plan. And we have lots of stuff coming out in the week leading up to that and in the time during. We've got so many shows happening and we're going to be like informing everybody about those on social media. You can find us at Haunted Table. And also we will be sending it out on our newsletter, which you can sign up for at just hauntedtable.games, which is our main website with more information that will be updated with all of our stuff as it comes out. You can sign up for our newsletter there, and that newsletter will give you updates onto like shows like this. Like we've been sending out a weekly letter to remind people to come to this show. We have others coming out, and we've got gosh, the campaign is just going to be so cool. You saw a tiny bit of the cover, but I almost started crying today because we got like our mock-ups of the cover fully done, and we're working on a campaign page, and I saw it all and was like almost bawling.
So good.
So I think you are all going to really like it if you liked this, and I can't wait to see more people play this game.
Yeah, I'm so excited for this. But
So good.
I think that's everything. I think we
I think
we wave to
Yeah.
the camera and tell everyone bye now.